We're live. Welcome to the stream. We've got a big day ahead of us. We've got a big day. Just checking audio first. Right. It would suck to. All right. So audio's good. So I want to show this off first.
You know, if Vaj was a better person and not such a piece of shit, I'd be in the trenches. Because you know what? Who the fuck cares about Lolly? Like, how old is the girl? I don't know. How old is the fucking drawing?
Well, they were trying to call you a pedo yesterday.
So, some kids are really hot. I'm a necrophiliac pedophile. You know, if...
Yeah, so, to start this off with, things got kind of crazy. And I think enough stuff did come out that I can actually talk about it. I did some actual research, so I can actually talk about things. Jesus Christ. Big days. Big days. I don't know what to start with besides that. So, you might be wondering, why the fuck did you show us that? Destiny reported to the police? That's not him getting reported to the police. Well, actually, it's not. Good job. We have WillyMac show reporting Destiny to the police. I'm a bit late to the party, honestly. This happened yesterday, or I think about 2 days ago. It felt like 2 days ago, but maybe I was watching at midnight.
Destiny to the police. This is not clickbait and entirely has to do with the DMs he sent me. A few days ago, a Reddit post showed that the girl Destiny shared Pixie's nudes with was seemingly confirmed to be 17 years old due to her getting doxxed. There is
yeah. One of the things that's funny, I like, we have like literally, we are edging on the veil of Kiwi Farms. Because let me be honest, let me be truthful to you guys here. Everyone seems to be using Kiwi Farms and just not crediting them. To a degree, I have seen stuff where they don't want to be credited because it is their little, like, their Eden, their little safe area away from everyone else. Their quarantine zone. And other people are like, I hate that there are people who are getting millions of views and tens of thousands of dollars using my research and not getting credited. So I do want to credit this. This was from the Kiwi Farms. The Reddit post sourced it from the Kiwi Farms. It might have been the same person, but I doubt it. And if you didn't catch that, yeah, Destiny was sexting with somebody who was under the age of 18. We do have some chat logs. I don't know if I want to show them because I have seen a lot of stuff getting taken down by YouTube lately. And people are being very careful with this. So I'm trying to be careful as well. Only what other people have shown on YouTube.
There's almost a 0% chance that she was not 17 during that time. So I do what
Yeah, she was born 10th of October or 10th of October. October is the 10th month. 2004. Destiny contacted her April 3rd, 2022. So she was about, what is that, like 6 months under the age of 18, half a year, literally 17 and a half. And Jesus Christ. There is a whole shit show of a story behind her and that situation.
I usually do and reached out to get a comment. He said the girl, Rose, told him she
he flashed something for a second.
during that time.
Oh, wait.
So I do what I usually do and reached out to get a comment. He said,
so WillyMac hey, I'm seeing this Reddit thread. Any insights into this, if it's true or not? Is that actually her? Or if you knew her age or not? This is going to get bigger than it is right now. I mean, she told me she was 19 and she was in college when we were chatting. I significantly doubt that. If she was actually 17, then people should be asking why that solo guy has recorded 60 gigabytes of porn with her, plus all the others she recorded stuff with. I'm pretty sure even Solo said she lied about her age in that Kiwi Farms thread somewhere. I do kind of remember covering that in my vid. Yeah, he said that you didn't know. Lol, this is cringe, but we have some deets that are not readable. And as far as I understand it, Solo met her before Destiny interacted. So one of the things a lot of people have been saying are like, oh my god, you know, she's 17 and a half. That's legal in some states, which, no, it's not. They're Romeo and Juliet laws for within a certain age bracket. And two, she likely sent Destiny stuff of videos before they met, meaning she was even younger in the recorded videos. Most likely.
The girl, Rose, told him she was 19 and in college at the time, and that the leaker Solo, who is her ex-boyfriend, confirmed that she lied about her age to him. This is true. In similar scandals, this is where people usually boyfriend confirm that she lied about her age to him. This is
so I don't recognize that name. Wouldn't Rose herself come here and clear things up if she cares? I mean, in a way she does. If the person she gave the Discord messages to tries to expose Destiny, there's a way she can verify herself without doxing if she's willing to clear things up. Her birth date compared to the message date could be damning in a way, especially if Destiny knew. Maybe I'm too hopeful there will be more leaks and people coming out. I'm not sure if I made it clear enough here, but I know that I've said this somewhere, maybe Discord, but to mine and Rose's knowledge, Destiny did not know her real age, and if he did not make that known to her. I don't believe Destiny's a pedophile. The reason I revealed Rose was underage and the conversation they had about ID was not to paint him as one, but to show he is very negligent at verifying age when engaging with people he believes are 18 years old / look young enough to joke about / question the age. Also just very creepy, so I found it personally funny to share the story. Edit, he didn't know until I revealed it to him in DMs after my initial leaking of Rose's Destiny's DMs. So this is another thing. Destiny has met with other 18-year-olds before. I want to say he met with Melina when she was 18, but that might have been like 19 or 20. Or she might have been 19 or 20. Melina being his former wife. So there's that. And in general, just he meets with a lot of people.
It's true. In similar scandals, this is where people usually argue, is he lying? Did he actually know the age? Is it his fault if he was catfish? I usually wait for all the details to come out before I comment. This is not why I went to the police. It's because he continued.
Oh, come on.
For all the details to come out before I comment, this is not why I went to the police.
But obviously, if that pops up, that's a big deal. I thought she showed me a student ID or something, but I can never know about those messages because our first ones were on Twitter and they deleted their account. But Tinder does some kind of age check. By the way, it doesn't actually. I think WillyMac pulls up the screenshot later, but it only did that after this situation happened. And they also met on Twitter. And this Rose person had a Tinder, so they were at least willing to lie about their age there. So honestly, this whole Tinder thing is like completely irrelevant. That's being brought up to throw him off. I looked at this when I made my vid. I don't think that's required, but I don't know. I haven't used Tinder in 8 years. I want this clarified. Was there ever a time you asked for her ID because you were suspicious of her being a minor and she refused to show you? No, I don't think so. That would have been a super red flag, would it? Wait, what? I don't think age verification is required in the USA. It's something you can opt into, I think, but again, I'm not sure. Also, you never showed me her Tinder profile or anything from it, just her saying she used it. I'm not going to make a vid on any of this because right now there isn't any proof that you knew or are suspicious, but if that exists, that's really bad.
It's
red flag.
Continue to write. I didn't know this.
Oh, come on, dude. Can I, what is it? Isn't there...
Why I went to the police. It's
oh,
because
come on. These are all the Tinder mentions. There's no ID mentions in our logs, but like I said, I'm pretty sure that first convo happened on Twitter. Since they deleted their account, I don't have access to it. It's kind of crazy that there are like 10 plus parties all involved in creating porn with this person. If she is less than 18 and her boyfriend Solo, the guy who leaked this stuff, 10,000% should have known her age. I wonder if the reason the Solo dude never leaked anything identifying her info was because she thought she'd get caught. Bro, you were in such weird shit. I mean, you didn't know and you asked, then fair. She's talking about college here. Is Solo not her age? What? Weird question. My guess is he's around her age. I don't know for sure. And she was in college the whole time. I believe that's not true, but I'm not 100% certain. Because 17 and a half is very young. Usually don't go into college until you're 18, 19. But it's not unheard of for a 17-year-old to go to college at all. But him knowing about all those videos, him knowing that there's 60 plus gigabytes of it, is extremely suspect. And there's, like, I do want to make this clear. There's not... There's not evidence that he knew. I think there's evidence that it happened, or at least there's confessions that it happened. I don't know if it's guaranteed that he knew, but I also think it is absolutely certain that he should have known. And there's a lot of stuff that I'll probably show that makes it very clear that he ought to have known. There's like, and when I say that he might not have known, that's like a 2%. That's like a 0.12% chance. Very minuscule chance.
To write. I didn't know this.
I didn't. Oh, is he gonna read it?
Until way later, but the video she recorded with other guys.
Oh, and here's the thing. It was, so this is the April 19th. Jesus, they're talking for 16 days and already moved to Discord. And she's sending him old recordings, meaning that she's even younger than when they first met.
Guys, the file names are like screen recording, blah, blah, blah. And
No, not blah, blah, blah. That's a timestamp, dude. Or I think maybe he says it. 2022, August 14th. Her boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls. That was absolutely insane to think about him doing all this stuff if she was 18. So Destiny's just like he's like laughing it off. He's like, whoa, well, it's not my fault. It's the boyfriend's fault. It's like, actually, it's a completely different situation. Both of you are at fault for different things.
Then he shows me a screenshot of the top of a video clip and says, her boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. Well, this is insane to me because he's saying Rose's boyfriend recorded
I'm just living this year. Destiny fall off now too. Yeah, absolutely.
CP while sending me a screenshot of the alleged CP. So I asked to confirm if he just did that. If you were sending me
her boyfriend was recording. If you were sending me this, I'm guessing you still have the video. Depends on why you're asking. It's like he's inviting WillyMac to goon with him, to fucking watch CSAM with him. But yes, I created a copy of all of our messages and everything when the court case started. I'm assuming that's the court case with Pixie that a bunch of other people joined. Further fall off, yeah. Well, it's like the last couple weeks have just been hit after hit on Destiny. And it's just been like a disaster. And I think he's like the Dan Saltman shit's been bad. The Hassan shit's been bad. Like everything has been terrible for really 2025 in general for fucking Destiny. Bro, there's been allegations since at least my last vid that she was underage and you still have potential CP of her. I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence. So I created backups of the important related conversations with her. So he does have access to Solo. Pixie, so I guess Pixie was either in there or had like some contact with Rose. Straighter Aid, I don't have no idea who that is, etc. That's nuts, man. I don't think I'm allowed to delete it. I don't know if the court counts it as hiding / ask your lawyer. You shouldn't even be talking. What was the Dan Saltman drama? So I don't know how to spell that man's name. You spelled it like exactly, actually. Dan basically he had this whole crusade going against Twitch, and it like kind of worked out, where he was trying to get Twitch to, or get advertisers to stop advertising on Twitch because using Hassan clips because he hates Hassan so much. And it kind of worked temporarily, but it wasn't like a big deal. It did expose people to how bad Twitch was for a big part of it, but I think it was largely inconsequential. And Dan Saltman isn't willing to like give any statistics on the success of it, even though he says that he is like, I actually got 300 companies to stop advertising on Twitch, but I'm not going to tell you which ones or how much value that is. And then the other thing is that he's clipping Hassan out of context. So what that does is it makes people who already hate Hassan more, which is a bad goal and a decent result, I guess, because he's only focused on results. Because what you should want to do defeat an opponent is take away their resources, but the double-edged sword of clipping somebody out of context is now they have more influence over their own audience because they know the context, they were there, they watched it. And so Dan is the guy who's posting that Hassan wants to like thinks Ela should be Ela Klein from H3H3 should be like shot in the streets, and that's just not true. The clip is like, Ela Klein is a valid military target, and that's just not what Hassan said. I don't have that prepared for now, but I might do another stream reporting on like the failures of Dan Saltman, because I think he's done not that good of a job at what he's trying to do.
This, I'm guessing you still have that video. Destiny replies, depends on why you're asking. But yes, I created copies of all of our messages and everything when that court case started.
I hate that he's using like, I hate that the Omega lol is Total Biscuit's face. I just hate that that's like associated with this at all.
Just to be clear, he's admitting to having alleged CP downloaded on his computer. He literally has the video open as I'm talking to.
Yep, exactly. That's insane that he like, one, had it saved prior to the court case, two, made an additional copy for the court case.
I go, bruh, there's been allegations that
at
least since my last video that she was underage, and you still have potential CP of her? He replies, I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence, etc. So I created backups of all of the important / relevant conversations.
I literally just read this. And I don't like Hassan, okay, but I think Dan Saltman's thing is like bunk. Anyways, so with this, again, even if it's like August, which she's like almost 18, she's 2 months away from 18, that's still really fucking bad, especially considering that they started sexting like at 17 and a half with Rose. And then fucking Rose is sending him pre-meetup videos. It's insane. Tuning to CP while on an interview? Yeah, that's what Destiny's doing. Yeah, that's literally what he's doing.
Continues, I don't think I'm allowed to delete it, lol. I don't know if it counts as hiding / destroying evidence. And I reply, talk to a lawyer, that seems crazy to me. Who keeps this sort of stuff on their computer without 100% knowing if they're supposed to or not? Isn't that something you want to confirm? I continue.
Yeah, absolutely. You just let me know you still have CP videos saved to your computer. You knew it was alleged she was underage, you still have them. Do you see how fucked that is? Yeah, that's fucking deranged. I can't, because he has a lawyer. He can ask the lawyer. Maybe the lawyer would be like, I'm not giving you an answer. I don't know if they're legally allowed to do that. Or like drop him. But like, I don't even understand how that's super relevant to the case. Unless Rose is in the case, I'm not 100% certain. I probably should have familiarized myself with that more.
Just let me know you have CP videos saved to your computer. You knew it was alleged that she was underage. You still have them. Do you see how fucked this is? So now I've confirmed that this guy has child porn on his computer. In my 8 years of reaching out to people over allegations, I've never had anyone admit that to me. The last message he sent me was, one,
Oh, okay, he's gonna read. I don't even know 100% of her age is legitimately less than 18 when these were taken. That could be true, but I still highly doubt it. Because, oh man. So on her Twitter where they talked, she said that her age is 18. But it's so sketchy. Like, There's a lot of messages. I might watch the Ethan Klein thing later where he goes over them. But she's talking about, like, I'm gonna get... I don't know if it's the same person, actually. But Destiny doesn't like to verify age. And it's like a constant theme where he'll go to, like... He has many messages with people where he's, one, doing, like, age play shit. So that's already, like, sketch. But then, like... talking to people who live with their parents. That's another, like, kind of a sketchy thing whenever you're fucking 35.
I don't even know 100% of her age was legitimately less than 18 when these were taken. So basically, he's not 100% sure if he has child porn on his computer. He's just 99% sure.
I guess what WillyMac is saying is that, like, because Rose was doxxed, and her birthday was out there, that he should have deleted it as soon as he saw it. But Destiny only investigates things whenever he has, like, a direct opponent to him. And now that he's in, like, a court case, he's unsure if he should delete things. So he's in, like, a super damned position.
Got it. 2, I'm pretty sure I have an obligation to preserve stuff related to my court case. I've talked about it with my lawyer already, specifically with regards to the Rose stuff. So we went from I don't
So he doesn't... Yeah, exactly.
know if I could delete this to my lawyer says it's totally fine to keep. I don't know the law, but the idea that his lawyer would tell him to hold on to CP for a civil case just doesn't seem likely to me. I don't know. LawTube can figure that out. 3,
And we got a video lined up right after. I didn't even expect that.
if something were to come out of this, I don't know if I'd want to wipe everything and not have something to turn over to the authorities.
I mean, Ethan made the same joke, but it's like, it's so obvious. The joke is right there. It's like, sir, I was holding on to this CP for 3 years. For you, officer. It's yours.
If hypothetically, whenever a political creator is about to give a hypothetical, you know you're about to hear some weird shit. If hypothetically her boyfriend or whatever was actually trafficking her or getting her to fuck other dudes on video for him, and if there was ever some
This is literally just a defense to deflect from his actual, like, damage. And this is a question he should have asked his lawyer, not WillyMac, because he's trying to do this as, like, a rhetorical thing. He's trying to be like, oh, obviously the answer is no. Obviously, you would keep that information so that you could turn it over to the authorities whenever you need it. But it's like, you've had this for 3 years. You could have turned this in at any point. You could have initiated an investigation into whatever the fuck. And he's just like, actually, I'm gonna goon do it. What the fuck?
Investigation into that. Am I hurting the chance of looking into him by deleting all of this stuff? Oh, so now the reason he's keeping the CP is because of a hypothetical criminal case that he is not pursuing at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe these reasons are legally sound advice that came from his lawyer. Maybe he's lying and just saying anything to make it sound better to me. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I just know this guy's admitting to having CP in my DMs, 60 gigabytes.
This isn't in his DMs, but this is from the DGG chat, which I think is from his website or the Discord. I don't know, I haven't dug into it at all, but she told me she was 19. Untrue. And there are logs confirming as such. Untrue. If she was even underage then, I expect all of them will be running to that solo guy because he was recording 60 gigabytes plus of porn with her.
According to him. Seriously, how does he know the amount if he doesn't have it? Also, how does her boyfriend being in the wrong somehow make Destiny?
This is the one thing where it's like, he could have just said 60. He could have said any number at all, but like, it's also very easy to latch on to a specific number. He might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 60 gigabytes. He might have more of a underage CSAM. Obviously it's CSAM, but you know.
In the right, it makes no sense. For all he knows, her boyfriend could have been 17 as well. Dude, you were 33. I reported this to the police and recorded my interactions and calls with the detective.
William, how you doing? It's Officer again.
Hello, nice to speak with you again.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you have screenshots or copies of the
Yes.
what you guys spoke about having child porn and all that?
Yep. I also sent him my DMs with Destiny. I don't know if anything will come from this. I don't like leaking DMs, as me respecting what creators want on and off the record allows me to talk to all sides of the
Also, too, Willie, you did leak DMs in your last video with Augie.
situation, builds trust with the creator, and also allows me to get and off the record, allows me to talk to all sides of the situation, builds trust with the creator, and also
So this is with Tyler Oliveira. Okay.
allows me to get follow-up statements for when the drama develops. But when you tell me that you're in possession of and going to remain in possession of CP, that confidentiality is over. I shouldn't even need to say that. If Destiny ends up being legally in the right to keep it, then fair enough. If he ends up getting charged, then I'm glad I did something. I'm just trying to do the right thing in a situation I've never been in before. I reported Destiny
Oh, okay. So I have heard, I've heard theories about this. The main theory, and I think the biggest person bringing this up, is Destiny. But I have heard it come out organically as well, not related to this. So WillyMac's last video really shit on
Earlier this week, we got to
the this one shit on like Bad Empanada, but it also really shit on Queeman and Augie and a few other people, and it really burned a bridge, I think, with like the smaller commentary community, I guess. And then on Twitter, he burned a bridge with like a few other smaller creators. So Destiny's theory is that he made this video. I reported Destiny to the police. To get back in with that community by sacrificing Destiny. But like Destiny basically admitted to like some in WillyMac's mind, and I think the admittance is very bad, don't get me wrong. But the actual evidence on like Kiwi Farms and Twitter and everything else is way worse. But the admittance is still extremely bad, because in it, it's like, I don't know if she was 18, but she was probably 18 or 19. And then on Kiwi Farms, it's like, she was 17 and a half. And Destiny's talked a lot about about how it should be, it's morally neutral to have relations with somebody under 18. Super fucked up. Is that legal mindset video still in the
Earlier
rec?
this week, we got to view the charges levied against A.
Oh, it's right here. I didn't even know this was a thing. I did not prepare this, but I want to hear what somebody with some legal stuff has to say.
Streamer Destiny may be.
Oh, I guess I never actually finished my point with fucking Destiny saying that WillyMac's just trying to get back in with the commentary community. I don't think so at all. There is no appeal to the larger commentary community with this video. It is like exclusively about Destiny, and he has not like given any good report to Queeman or Dickers or JStock or Augie or anyone else. It's like exclusively about Destiny. And I think, like, in retrospect, with how bad this is, if he gets interviewed by any of those people, that's fine. But like, this was like a lot of words. This was like actual action, evidence, and following up.
Legally trapped as we look at this new scandal, and we're turning to what may be criminal.
I kind of want to play a game, but I set up OBS specifically to work on my main monitor, which is why it looks not as shit as it did before. So I'm going to turn on a fan and probably start up Turbo Overkill. It's getting hot in here. Jesus. I could also just move it and adjust it later. I think with everything working, yeah, I'll just do that. OBS, how you doing? Oh, OBS is actually fine. Okay. Turbo Overkill.
charges. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney. This is Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. Of course, it's a fast facts version, giving you the quick and dirty and the latest of legal news. If you like this version, if you like the fast facts, make sure you like the video and leave a
Like and
comment on the video
subscribe and
below.
leave a
as
comment.
Always, we have a nice PowerPoint for you here today to kind of walk you through this situation with Destiny. Now, once again, I'm going to give a content warning because this is once again a very serious topic. Unfortunately, I've been covering some very serious topics lately that involve deep materials and deep subjects that can be sensitive to some people. So if you are very sensitive to this thing and anything involving
good warning, I guess,
explicit materials involving minors, this might not be the topic for you. I'm going to refer to it as CSAM. I know people like to use the cute cheese pizza stuff, and it's good enough for an emoji or something else somewhere. But I'm going to use CSAM because that's the professional designation, and it just talks about it in a more professional way. So that's what I try to go for on my channel. Please be respectful in both the live chat and in the comments.
Oh, so was this live or was it premiered?
This has affected many people, and this is something that really
okay. We're gonna skip
hurtful.
ahead. This is boring as fuck. We don't need the background. We know the background.
WillyMac. If you want to see the whole video, I'll have it on my live version. You can watch the whole thing there. But as a quick summary, on this expose video, the streamer WillyMac contacted Destiny when Rose seemingly was confirmed as underage. She was confirmed on a third party as being underage at the time, and when explicit material is being shared with her. So this girl is underage and receiving explicit material. That's not something that's good. So they were talking, and as part of that voluntary conversation, once again, Destiny chose, this is a big deal, he voluntarily engaged with Willie. There was no legal obligation. This was not a deposition. This was not.
Oh, what? So does he get like extra credit in the court of law for admitting to it?
He just wanted to talk. He just wanted to get it out there. And this is a very common problem for streamers because they often talk about stuff and get themselves in a hot water. And that's exactly what happened here today. Destiny voluntarily commented, likely without consulting his lawyer. I'm almost certain that he did not talk to his lawyer before he talked to WillyMac. And he shared a video where Rose, apparently, according to all the data, appeared to be underage at the time. Therefore, he shared an adult video. Of course, a piece of it. He didn't share the actual video file itself, but he had the file.
We understand that already.
On top of the video where she was underage.
So I guess he's reporting on what we already know.
I've still got this.
That's just a summary. Okay.
To sources. He says he has goes.
Oh, is he just gonna read the tweets I had prepared? God damn it. Whatever.
And fights back. He goes and comments back saying almost everything at DM is wrong. WillyMac is running cover. He goes in on Ethan Klein. He goes in on Hassan. He says he has no CSAM on his computer. I've only complied with my legal obligations for my court cases. The 60 gigabyte screen.
30 seconds in, this is boring AF. Yeah, I totally agree. I thought this would have more fun, like, legal stuff in it, but this is literally just like a summary of everything going on. All right, let's just read the fucking what is it called? It's like a is it Zoom? It's a Zoom PXPT PowerPoint. Okay, preserving evidence. Channel fans know the term spoliation. Its evidence is a real duty when its lawsuit starts, applies in anything. Must protect evidence and don't tamper. Attempt to hide and destroy evidence are punishable. Destiny is correct about this, sort of. Candor to tribunal. Lawyers balance confidentiality with candor to the tribunal. There is a duty to report certain facts, criminality or fraudulent behavior, client perjury, fraud on the court. Lawyers do not have to report mere suspicion, only actual knowledge. Alright, what the... this was fucking dumb. Alright, whatever. I have a bunch of other tweets actually prepared, so we can go through those. Oh? Whoa. It broke. It totally broke. What the fuck? This is not supposed to happen. Whatever. So, I don't actually use Twitter that much, so don't follow me. So first, we have Awk basically just recording. I don't care about what Ox says. Almost everything in this DM is wrong. WillyMac is running cover because he wants to get back in with the boys again. This is assumedly talking about the commentary community that I brought up earlier. 911, sorry, let me call back. My OBS wasn't recording, lol. And Ethan is trying to distance himself from me because Ethan read the fucking stuff too. From me because he's too weak to deal with Hassan's attacks against him, using me as a vector, since he has literally nothing of substance to contribute in this arena. That might be true, but Ethan's funny. Ethan and the crew are kind of funny, actually. And this is so, like, weird, because Destiny literally stole fucking bits off of the fucking H3H3 podcast soundboard for his Hassan soundboard. Hassan's lack of intelligence is his biggest insecurity that no amount of finasteride, hair dye, or bathtub photo shoots will compensate for. This is literally just like lashing out because he knows he's fucking wrong. I have no CSAM on my computer. I've only complied with my legal obligations for my court cases. The 60 gigabyte screenshot was related to a claim the Rose person made, someone whose name and birthday have yet to even be... They've been confirmed. They have been confirmed. Reliably confirmed? I think so. Officially confirmed? No. Not in like the court case or whatever. Or like public. She's not public with this information. I mean, honestly, like, you can just watch the fucking video again if you have any questions. But, like, holy shit. This is literally just ignoring all the other shit that fucking WillyMac put in his video. Right? Because he admits that he didn't talk to his lawyer, and then he backtracks. He's like, actually, my lawyer thinks I shouldn't do spoilage. When it's like, you already said you don't fucking know. Ethan is literally... Oh, I fucking cut it off. Whatever. Ethan is literally reading off revenge porn leaks of mine. That's not how reading works or revenge porn works. Maybe we should watch the video because it's so tied into this fucking thing, but I don't think I would... It doesn't have very much substance besides just laughing at it. Coughing because he's too lazy to use his inhaler. Okay, whatever. Like a retarded child for DMs that had absolutely nothing to do with the Rose leak. Any reference to rape or orgies or anything else was literally in the context of DMs with a 26-year-old British woman. Ethan and his fucking podcast confirmed that they were not talking about Rose. It was literally a confusion on the podcast, and they clarified, we are not talking about Rose. We are just talking about Destiny being a weird fucking freak. I've never DM'd that Rose person on Instagram on my life. I think Jordan Peterson was right. You and Hila deserve all the CPS calls for the dog shit eating claims and everything else. You deserve zero sympathy from anyone else on the internet when you're so quick to turn around and rely on the same snark shit that's been plaguing you for years, as soon as you think it's beneficial. I hope your prior maid takes you for $1 million in her lawsuit against you guys as well. For anyone else watching, you should assume that every single influencer person you meet on the internet is a terrible human being with zero values or principles. See you tomorrow for stream. Heart emoji. And then he edited this. I think Peterson is right. You, Zionist and genocide supporter in the United States with loyalty to Israel first, and Hila, genocidal IDF maniac night raiding innocent Palestinians in the West Bank because she wasn't seeing enough bloodshed at her desk job writing pardons for IDF rapists. Deserve all the CPS calls for the dog shit eating claims and everything else. You deserve zero sympathy from anyone else on the internet when you're so quick to turn around and rely on the same snark shit that's been plaguing you for years, etc. Derangement. Absolute derangement. Did Destiny write this? Yeah, Destiny wrote it. This is Destiny's tweets. He literally goes from defending Ethan and being like, look, sarcasm, comedy, insults, they're all okay. But then you get to the doxing, and you get to the skulls, and you get to the swastika sword, and it's just a bunch of chutzpah. And he's just like bullshitting. He's literally just like throwing it back in their faces. That all this bad shit happened to them. Stuff that, like, yeah, it went overboard. I kind of agree with the larger commentary community being like, all right, show's over. Wrap it up. We've had this for long enough. But like saying it's inconsequential or even throwing it back in their face is like so fucking weird. It's like evil almost. Never seen such a desperate rage bait. Yeah. Well, that's like all of Destiny's Twitter. All of Destiny's Twitter is literally just rage bait. I was watching Dickers today because I watch him, and this is the actual tweet that he wrote and edited a couple of times. It's still up. Let's see. Oh, and Ethan replied to this. Just checked my Rolex and looks like I don't have enough time to read all that. Happy for you though, or sorry it happened. Let's see Ethan with the ice. All right. Wait, I want to play the video. Is this it? I should turn that off anyway. Let me get the video up. Here we go. Dude, what the fuck? Wait, and I need the image. I need the image for this to work out well. A GIF? What the fuck is a GIF? Dude, I fucking hate Twitter. This is literally AIDS. Can I just have the image in like a PNG or a JPEG? Oh my god. Fucking ass. Image 5. Desktop. Ethan? Ethan? There we go. Dude, it's not even sorted. Here we go. I hope this doesn't get me claimed.
The fulfillment of a lifelong dream of the last 6 or 7 years.
It was a big day for my homie Thugnificent being on Sort.
Somebody tell me what? Damn! Can somebody tell me what time it is?
What the fuck wrong with your wife?
Shit, nigga, the sun is deflecting all this ice. I can't see a motherfucking thing. Man, get the fuck out of here. Nah, for real, nigga, look. Shit. Damn, man. You got
Fuck, sorry. That was probably like terrible, but what it reminded me of. All right, but yeah, so Destiny's Twitter is literally just a shitload of rage bait. So you get like, I know people don't want to think about politics too hard and just want an easy narrative. And then this is like XQC just gets mad because Hassan called him racist. Because XQC said Hassan promotes terrorism. That one's like, there's like this ongoing thing where
I am pro-Palestine.
Destiny has this thing where he's like a part of, he's like a part of every secret agent. See,
over Ethan Klein.
I would like to apologize for misleading you all in the past. I tried to play it off after I realized the huge the Julumni is real. I tried to play it off after I'd realized the mistake I made talking about it publicly, but yes, they are indeed real. Because this is Nick DiOrio, and he's talking to Hassan Piker, clearly talking about the West Bank settlers and IDF in the region, but also commenting on Ela Klein in the past. Destiny fans, this is a dog whistle to murder Ela Klein in current day. Destiny rages out after getting reported to the police, says Ethan Klein is a Zionist genocide supporter. Ela Klein is a genocidal genocidal IDF maniac and makes jokes almost directly repeating false allegations made by Bad Empanada, the guy who published Willie's docs. Actually, this is satire and you're retarded. And there's Nick Andros from the fucking Mudahar video. Can you just assault and link all your DMs with WillyMac now that he's stabbed you in the back? True. I don't think Destiny responded to this though. Oh, let's not do home. I don't know what's on there. It might be in replies. Destiny is now targeting his wife. That's Destiny repeating the bad empanada shit. So yeah, he's a rage baiter. All right. What's next? Well, we have a couple more tweets to watch, to read. Mostly WillyMac responded to a bunch of these, or his response in general. I'm not doing this to get into the good graces of your anti-community. I'm doing this because you admitted to me in DMs that you were in possession of CP. What you are saying is an entirely different story than our DMs, and I'm pretty sure this is the tweet that we already read. Yeah. And he's just being deranged. Then we have another tweet from WillyMac. I shouldn't even have to say this, but if I ask you if you have CP on your computer and you reply yes, I will report you to the police. If you're mad at me for this, reevaluate yourself. If you were sending me this, I'm guessing you have that on the video. Depends on what you're asking. I created a copy of all the messages and everything. There's been allegations, and then yeah, that's basically what we already did. If he didn't have CP on his computer, he should have said that to me when I asked him 3 times. And yeah, so he is in a very damn situation because I believe Discord holds messages for a year or 2. So he is like turbo fucked. Assuming I didn't know she was under 18, officer. Assuming that defense doesn't work, he's completely turbo fucked. And yeah, that's the end of the focused Destiny segment. I do have a video to watch. Hi Thugnificent. This is Content Nuke Destiny. I missed out on this. Because I just hadn't started streaming yet. And this is Ryan Beard. He's a very good content creator, I think. We want to get to the correction first before we look at the video and after. In the original version of the video, I accused Anna of stalking Destiny based on allegations he had made. After talking to Anna myself, she showed me evidence of Destiny privately admitting that the stalking allegations were a lie. I'd like to apologize to Anna for promoting this allegation. I fully take responsibility for this mistake. Okay. And this, I believe, happened at the start of this year. So there's a lot of weird shit with Destiny at the start of this year. First off, he had his own like revenge porn situation where somebody leaked revenge porn of him. And that's the joke that came about where he sucked off Nick Fuentes, which is funny, but it's still bad that that happened to him. Legally. Now, you can up to yourself how much like evil you want done to Destiny, but like I don't think that's acceptable. I think that's bad. And that shouldn't have happened. And then I think in that same leak came the unconsensual sharing of sexual relations recorded by Destiny of Pixie and him. They were, to my knowledge, and I might have this wrong, I believe it's covered in this video, the recording was consensual, but the sharing it was absolutely not. And now Destiny's getting sued for like $1 bajillion. And as far as I understand it, Pixie is winning. Yeah, so let's watch the video.
I don't wish to bring anybody any more harassment than they've already received, but you have to understand that at this point, I'm kind of being pushed into playing my entire hand. There will be no vague allegations today. There will be no mentions of nukes, only mushroom clouds. went with the title Kethels, a case study on internet terrorism and mass media manipulation. This is going to be a cataloging of the past year, demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible, and what comes of the belief that there are no bad tactics, only bad targets. This is going to be a careful documentation of lies. I'm not running around screen sharing people's nudes. I'm not.
Yo, that turned out so bad. That's a clip for the ages, not only in the Pixie situation, but just in general with how much shit got revealed in the fucking court case, I think. Or just in general from what everyone else has reported on. He was literally running around sharing people's nudes. That's fucking hilarious.
My apartment. Bro, I'll talk about anything all the time ever. Are we serious?
So then the question stands, did you f Lauren Southern?
Scams. Every single person on the internet that is pushing NFTs is just trying to find a bigger sucker. You can basically buy and sell, or you can buy and sell like Twitch clips, and you get an NFT that you can get autographed by the streamer. And you know what? If you buy it, I can go right up here and click autograph, and I can sign whatever NFT you want me to sign. Okay? Threats, bullying, doxing. I literally just doxed that girl.
Whoa.
Trying to throw egg on me like a week or two ago. I don't give a fuck about like doxing. And an utter lack of accountability.
Melina recently confirmed that the sex tapes leaked by Destiny's former
Jesus Christ.
girl were shared by Destiny without her
Nice,
consent.
good one, nice.
If she has
Yes.
no legal
Whoa.
recourse.
I've got a whole bunch of super chats for you. Wick, ready?
Okay.
Over the years, I've worried about the types
That
of
is so
tactics
fucking
employed by
awkward.
aggressive
Goddamn.
criminals, the uncomfortable distorting of narratives. Honestly, I'm pro-genocide. Like, it sounds really shitty, but like, I think that Israel should just drop its borders about where it is now, and basically, Palestinians can go live in another place. That's really shitty, but like, that's about where I'm at. The grotesque shape-shifting of facts. Let's say there's a person that's like 30 years old and tries to like randomly sext like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds.
Whoa, dude. Holy shit. He said that? Well, dude, this is like, the thing is that this stuff wasn't even like proven at the time to be like a case. There was no case for this. This was literally just like, oh, we have a suspicion, but we can't prove it. We just think Destiny's like a weird creep. And so then it turns out that he was like kind of doing that. He was really bad at verifying people's ages and ended up literally like doing that. Not to the degree of 14 or 15-year-olds. At this point, I think it's warranted to say probably not. But then fucking doing it to like 7, that's insane.
Year-olds. I don't think that would be considered grooming. The general inability to hold themselves to a decent standard of behavioral conduct. The rioting needs to stop. And if that means like white redneck militia dudes out there mowing down dipshit protesters that think that they can torch buildings at 10 p.m., then at this point they have my blessing, because holy shit. It is the tale of an internet bully given far too much power. Did you guys know that if a bitch breaks up with you and you send her nudes to everybody, even that's wrong, guys? On a mission to seek fame and fortune.
So what's that look like revenue-wise?
Dude, that's crazy. I can't believe it, because this is all about Pixie almost. This is about like, because I think Pixie was also pretty young. Melina was young. And this is like, it's so funny. This is almost like foreshadowing. This is foreshadowing for the video, that I don't think there's that much evidence of stuff actually in there. And then it's like, yeah, he said and did almost all of these things that he's literally like fucking talking against. It's so deranged.
I think last time you said it was like 50K a month.
It's probably a little bit higher than that now. Yeah. By building a career through vicious conflict. Actually kill yourself. Yes, kill yourself. We've allowed ourselves to gaze into the abyss for far too long. Destiny is the result.
On January 8th, 2025, the streamer Destiny's ex-wife Melina accused him of sharing pornographic videos of her without her consent to a 19-year-old young woman over Discord.
That being Rose.
Like, I'm not gonna go into detail of anything, but there's plenty of people that's wondering this, but I feel like this should be obvious. Nothing has happened with consent with anyone.
So the funky thing about the morality of everything here, because you might be thinking, oh shit, you know, somebody who's like 20, 22, 23, whatever, got doxxed, who is like very inconsequential to the overall situation, was like somebody Destiny was constantly sending sexual stuff to and doing sexual stuff with. and was like a constant in Destiny's life for at least the last like 3 years ish, until recently, I assume. Like, yeah.
Me and not anyone else. Like, like there's been no consent.
On January 21st, 2025, one of Destiny's close friends named Pixie accused him of also sharing pornographic videos of her without her consent. Destiny later revealed that this 19-year-old he had sent these pornographic videos to had allegedly been hacked, leading to these videos being leaked on the internet.
I think a friend of mine's account from that I talked to like 3 or 4 years ago ended up getting compromised, and you know, sometimes you just gotta
that's Rose.
You just gotta roll with the memes. It is what it is. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Okay.
Later on that same day of January 21st, one of Destiny's previous close friends named Cherry not only accused Destiny of
Cherry was another person. I think they were kind of in the same boat as Rose, where it's another person that Destiny was constantly sending sexual stuff to. And for a long time, people were like, oh, it's just Cherry, and she's like over the age of consent. Everything's okay. Everything's good. Gucci, whatever. And it's like, no, it was like Rose, Cherry, and probably like, I imagine a couple of other people as well got Destiny sent all that shit too.
Sex without her consent, but also of recording her without her knowledge. Destiny has since admitted to sharing these sex tapes of Pixie and Melina without their consent. Cherry's allegation is still just an allegation, but she has recently filed a police report against Destiny. This is the story of Stephen Bennell II, a man given far too much power and the ways he has abused this power for his own personal gain. Hi, so this video has been a long time coming. I've been slowly collecting evidence about this man Destiny here for about 3 years now, and I don't know about you, but I think it's finally time to take this motherfucker down. Destiny is widely hated by a variety of communities across the internet for a variety of reasons. But no matter how hated Destiny became, he always had a strong army of sycophants that would defend him no matter what he did. However, recently, almost all of his...
I do think that there are like definitely like some things that are up to personal morals that Destiny's done that are like, do you agree with that? No, then whatever. If you do agree with it, then it's like, oh, I'm gonna defend Destiny, whatever. I don't think there's any defending this. I don't think that's fucking possible.
Orbiters have
like there is no like political orientation. There is no ideological orientation that I think gives Destiny like any defense for this. This is just him being deranged. Yeah.
Are what he calls his friends who stream with him. Basically, the implication is that Destiny is this massive planet, and all of his friends are these little planets that orbit around him. This has created an ecosystem where most of Destiny's friends rely on Destiny's success for fame and money.
I mean, that's kind of true, but this has become like it's become like a larger term than just for Destiny's friends. Because it is kind of a handy word for like, oh, I raid like the same 3 or 4 people every single time I stream. I fucking talk to like the vast majority of the time when I'm talking to somebody, I'm talking to like the same 4 or 5 people, whatever.
And because most of these people rely on Destiny for money, they've done a remarkably good job at sweeping allegations against Destiny under the rug for years. However, these recent allegations against Destiny have been so egregious that the majority of even his most loyal orbiters have decided to leave his orbit. Now, barely anyone is still defending Destiny.
That's funny, because at least the main orbiters never left until fairly recently. A lot of them definitely distanced themselves over this. This being the Melina Pixie lawsuit. Or I don't know if Melina's a part of the lawsuit, but definitely the Pixie lawsuit. And I remember like Not So Erudite stayed hanging out with him. Fucking Dan Saltman stayed hanging out with him. I think J-Stalk didn't throw him under the bus immediately. And there was a lot of other people who were like, it's not that bad. And it was like, I I think it's pretty bad. I think Jay Stug did eventually distance himself. But to being his own little asteroid out in space again. But it was bad. It still kind of is bad. I think finally with this stuff, Dan Saltman is distancing himself, but it's also been so recent, it's kind of hard to tell.
Destiny. One person who is still defending Destiny is Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit, who recently decided to slut shame Destiny.
This is another thing that's super fucking weird that I kind of hate. Destiny now literally just flip-flops to the side that's just not attacking him at the moment. So it was like, I'm going to be more right-wing because I'm getting attacked by left-wing. I'm going to be more left-wing because I'm getting attacked by right-wing. I'm going to be like a neutral, like a phebophile libertarian because the left-wing and right-wing are attacking me over this. I don't think he has morals or maybe even thoughts. Like, I did kind of think it was an insult. Like, oh, he's just like reading wiki. He's just providing facts. And it's like, well, now it's kind of hard to believe that he's not doing that. It's super weird.
Destiny's victims.
Where I go, I feel extremely violated with how so many people saw me non-consensually in a vulnerable position. I feel like people are always going to use this as proof that I slept my way to whatever achievement I garner. I feel like it's evidence that everything would be better with me gone. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Prixie, but you did sleep your way to the top. You know, you gotta call a spade here.
Even though Myron is an absolutely insane anti-Semitic woman hater who stands for everything that Destiny claims to be against, Destiny says that he has more respect for Myron than for anyone else on the internet.
In all of my years...
What the fuck?
This feels so shitty.
Wait, did he?
Content, I have more respect for Myron than any other individual.
Apparently, the amount of respect that Destiny has for you as a person is dependent on how willing you are to suck up to him.
He is the only person that I have seen that will consistently go into areas where there's so much like laughing and jokes and fun times to be had right here if he was shit on me, but he doesn't. He won't do it.
I have some level of empathy for Destiny's orbiters because it is difficult to be stuck in a position where you financially rely on someone who is not a great person, but I have basically no empathy for Destiny because I believe that Destiny is a massive piece of shit, and I will hopefully demonstrate why I feel that way in this video.
Why is he bleeping like basic curse words?
Every harmful action that Destiny has committed over the years, and then allow you to come to your own conclusions on whether or not you think this is a person who deserves anyone's admiration.
I think Destiny's a freak.
Before we jump into Destiny's actions,
I'm biased as fuck.
I think I should take a little bit of time to dispel some possible well poisoning that Destiny or his community DGG could try to attack me with. The first accusation they might throw at me is that I'm obsessed with Destiny. This is an accusation they like to throw at anyone who criticizes Destiny. Personally, I don't think it makes me obsessed with Destiny that I've been researching him for the purpose of criticizing him. None of Destiny's fans accused me of being obsessed with Sneeko when I did a deep dive into Sneeko's harmful actions because they don't like Sneeko. But they probably will accuse me of being obsessed with Destiny because
dude, this guy fucking nailed it.
This is the first video I've ever made about Destiny, and it'll probably be about an...
Because that is like one of the go-tos for DGGers, seems to be, oh, you're just obsessed with me. I mean, honestly, that's like a pretty common thing, a common rebuke for people. Like if you talk about their favorite dude too much, it's like, oh, you're just obsessed with them. It's like, dude, you're literally like in a fucking comment section defending them. Like, it's super weird in the first place, but it's like double, triple, quadruple weird. Well, no, it's not that weird in the first place. If there's like a freak online, it's actually pretty normal to like not like them, actually. But it's even worse to be like, you're obsessed with them, you focus too much of your time on them. It's like, dude, you're fucking literally glazing right now. You're literally glazing.
An hour and a half long. Compare that to the probably hundreds of hours that Destiny has spent on his stream criticizing Hassan. And I have nothing against Destiny criticizing Hassan. It would just be pretty hypocritical to accuse me of being obsessed with Destiny for making 1 hour and a half long video about him, while Destiny has talked about Hassan for hundreds of hours. Destiny has written multiple incredibly long manifestos criticizing creators like Vosh, Keffels, and Bob7, who Destiny believes have wronged him over the years. Although I find the label of manifesto a bit cringe, I see nothing inherently wrong with Destiny writing manifestos to chronicle the bad behaviors of these creators. So, in the same way, I guess this will be my manifesto against Destiny. And if you have an issue with me making this manifesto, I hope you will stay logically consistent.
All right, I got the idea. Do I need to speed you up?
Manifestos about Vosh, Keffels, and Bob 7. If I had to predict how Destiny himself would respond to this video, he would probably respond with something similar to this tweet that he tweeted at me a couple years ago.
There is like a section. There's not like, we're not just watching this for no reason. There's a section of this where he gets to Destiny's questionably aged advances.
You're hopping into a bandwagon of people accusing me of being a rape apologist because you're still upset that I bullied you off the internet a year ago. Don't play stupid. You know exactly what you're doing. To be honest, Destiny isn't 100% wrong here. I am jumping onto a bandwagon of people criticizing him, but I don't think that's an inherently bad thing to do. Destiny jumps onto bandwagons of people criticizing Hassan all the time. When Ethan Klein makes videos attacking Hassan, Destiny jumps onto the bandwagon. So when a bunch of people on the internet are criticizing Destiny right now for sharing women's sex tapes without their consent, hell yeah, I'm gonna jump onto the bandwagon and roast the shit out of him. With the way the internet works, criticisms against someone are more likely to stick when that person is actively engaged in a controversy. This is just how the internet is. So yes, I waited to make this video until you were in a possibly career-ending controversy because I knew that this would make more people listen to my criticism against you. Do you?
I do hope that this is the career-ending controversy. This is like too much. This is too bad, I think. And this has to be it. Even the Pixie shit, a lot of people stayed around. And I don't understand that. That was the point where I like fully hopped off the Destiny train. Because I watched him for a bit. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of funny. It definitely knows a bit more about politics and modern history. But he was kind of an idiot when it came to like actual like history. Or like stuff more than like 20, 30 years ago. So then the Pixie stuff came out and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like never watching this guy again. Unless I'm watching other people shit on him, which is kind of where I like really hopped into drama again since I was like 16.
Problem with that? You know how the internet works, Destiny. You jump onto bandwagons of criticizing people who are in controversies all the time. But now that the shoe's on the other foot, you're mad about it.
All the other shit from all the other vultures and all the other communities that are like coming in trying to like make drama out of this, that don't give a fuck about any victims or any people involved, which is the majority of people. Don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't care about that.
Another accusation that Destiny's fans like to throw at people who criticize him is that they're just doing it for money. Oh, you mean like how Destiny has made money from covering other people's controversies?
Yeah, this is one of the things that I hate. It's because like literally if you have more than 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you're making money in some way. Because at least one of your videos will be advertised. Will have advertisements on it in some way. Maybe you'd have YouTube ads or you're fucking selling merch or whatever. So you're making money. You just are. It's like, oh, he's just making this to make money. It's like, yeah, why do you do anything on YouTube to not make money? Especially, like, that's not like a general criticism. That's also like a particular criticism of Destiny. It's like, why is Destiny even on YouTube if not to make money? It's to fuck women, actually. It's to fuck other streamers that he thinks are hot and then potentially less than questionably aged girls.
For years. What a dog shit argument. Yes, I'm gonna make money from this video because this is my job, just like Destiny makes money from criticizing other people because that's his job. But this video isn't just about making money for me. I genuinely care about raising awareness for the shitty stuff that Destiny has done. If you're gonna write a manifesto about Keffels and say that she needs to be held responsible for her actions,
demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible.
I'm gonna do the same thing to you, motherfucker. Now let's focus in on this part of the tweet. You're still upset that I bullied you off the internet a year ago. You know what, Destiny? You are not totally wrong. Being bullied off the internet didn't feel particularly good because people don't tend to enjoy being bullied. Destiny and his community definitely have bullied me over the years, but I don't really care to relitigate my personal beef with Destiny. Destiny and his community weren't very nice to the suit-wearing fatty. Who gives a fuck? But Destiny, you don't get to criticize Keffals for being a bully.
Internet bullying.
And then turn around and take pride in the fact that you're a bully. That is called
what, hypocrisy?
Hypocrisy.
You nailed it, dude. I'm so fucking smart.
Have bullied me in the past probably is a factor in why I chose to make this video. And I would argue that the treatment that Destiny received from creators like Vosh and Keffals is one of the reasons he made manifestos against them. As much as I might want to, I am a human being and I can't fully separate myself from my own personal biases. And the fact
this
that I
guy's
have
pretty
been bullied
reasonable.
by Destiny and his community in the past does probably make me somewhat biased against them. If you feel like my personal bias against Destiny means that I'm not the right person to make this video, I respect that opinion and I encourage you to go watch a different YouTube video. But in this video, I'm going to try my absolute best to be as unbiased as possible and stick to the facts as much as possible. I am going to try my best to not view Destiny in bad faith because I think even if you view him in good faith, he's still a piece of shit. I do feel like one of Destiny's tactics from across the years is to be incredibly mean to anyone he has a conflict with. So when that person eventually decides to make a video criticizing him, he can just write that person off as obsessive and just mad because he bullied them.
As a supporter of yours, I'd appreciate if you addressed some of the points made in the Britney video. She seemed to be pretty fair, especially in her conclusions. I don't have time to address every deranged, obsessive video that's made about me. I still haven't watched the Britney video.
Just add this tactic to the long list of tactics that Destiny and his community use to deflect criticism from themselves. The last criticism that Destiny and his community might make against this video is that I'm bringing up a bunch of old news that Destiny has already addressed. While that might be the case for some of the things I talk about in this video is not being made for Destiny's community. I'm making this video for the broader internet, and the majority of the
Yeah, I mean, he's going over he's just going over like general like organizational stuff. I don't really have that much to add. I can't add like I'm doing this for myself. It's like, no, you're not. I mean, I guess I could say that, but it's like I don't believe that, you know? I got focused on the game.
Controversies that you might consider old news. Contrary to what you guys might believe, the entire world does not orbit around Destiny. If Destiny is going to be interviewing potential presidential candidates like Marianne Williamson, then I think the broader political community deserves to know about Destiny's past actions. Destiny has said before that he has nothing to hide, and people can't expose him for anything that he's done in the past because he's open about everything he's done.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Holy shit. Well, to be fair, he was extremely open. He was so open he admitted to having CSAM on his fucking PC. So that's a form of openness. He didn't lie about that until he lied about it online. So I guess there's that. Okay.
Behavior, he sent these messages to his chat. So if he wants to expose me, that's fine. Let him expose. But he needs to post receipts instead of just vaguely alluding to shit. There's literally nothing anyone could have on me for anything because I don't do anything bad/weird. I am the cleanest motherfucker in this entire scene. The worst anyone could ever have on me is fucking dick pics or something. He can talk about whatever he wants, but he should provide proof, not just baseless accusations/speculation. Alright, Destiny. In this video, I will provide plenty of proof and receipts to back up everything that I accuse you of. If what you said in these messages is true, then you should have absolutely no issue with me lying out everything that you've done over the years on the table. Are we on the same page? Great. Honestly, I feel like the fact that I feel the need to lay out all these preambles and pretext and shoot down possible criticisms before they make them should show you that Destiny's community have become masters at deflecting criticism against them.
Well, it's definitely, they're definitely like debate bros. I mean, that's like almost the entire exclusive point of why you would even watch Destiny, is because you want to like get better at debate, especially like after all the moral and like political shit that he's just like wrong on. And just like crazy on. Oh, excuse me. And so like that's one of the things. That's one of the big things. You can't like I don't think you can trust somebody's like social opinions whenever they are like a menace to society. I mean, they can still be correct, but their foundation is so bad that it's like, and this is probably something that even Destiny said at some point, where it's like you can be right and commit wrong. And I think that is Destiny. Like he is like, he can be right when he says you shouldn't murder somebody, but he's totally wrong whenever he's like, oh yeah, I'm just like casually sharing nude photos of like every single person that I meet. It's fucking crazy. Or not, you know, not meet literally, but like the ones that give him nudes. All right, I have to use the bathroom. I'll be back in like 10 minutes, 10 hours. So yeah, I just think Destiny's like a freak, and I don't think you can trust like anything he says. Like politically, that's like the only thing that I think is even slightly redeemable for Destiny. But even then, at that point, he's not even talking about politics hardly anymore, and like, especially because he's just so focused on Hassan. You can't trust what he says politically because he might literally just be rage baiting Hassan. Does he actually believe that Israel and Palestine should mutually coexist, or is he only saying that because he hates Hassan so much? And I think like just every action he takes, especially lately, just makes it so much worse on himself, and he just does not care or understand or anything. That like every negative action that he takes leads to that reflecting poorly on all of the positive actions he has, or neutral, or whatever. You get the idea.
Call these motherfuckers Bert from Mary Poppins in the way that they're masters at sweeping. The joke here is that Bert from Mary Poppins is a chimney sweep. It's a funny joke, okay? Fuck off. My goal in this video is not to push political agenda against Destiny. I actually think he is.
Who's watched Mary Poppins in the last 15 years?
And one of the best people at using logic.
It's funny to him, and that's what matters.
Values. I debated Destiny a couple times a few years ago, and he definitely wiped the floor with me, especially in our second debate. I have no shame in admitting that. Destiny is definitely a better debater than I am. Even if I disagree with a lot of his opinions because I'm a leftist, I can still recognize that he's done a great job dunking on a bunch of dumbass conservatives. But like Destiny said in his manifesto against Keffels, I don't think we should be afraid to hold members of our own community accountable.
Demonstration of what happens when communities fail to hold their own members responsible.
And Destiny has done a lot of fucked up shit that I think he needs to be held accountable for. Just because he's a good debater who's really good at defending the liberal ideology, I don't think that means that we should sweep his bad behavior under the rug.
And I don't understand how Steven can really say that he wants to be a serious political advocate if he doesn't want to manage his personal life in any way that's serious.
Yeah.
Why should the DNC involve you in anything that they want when your personal life looks like a fucking train wreck that's going to be bad PR for all of them?
Okay, well, to be fair, politics lately has literally turned into who's the bigger dude, bro. Fucking Trump, of course, with that, but also like Gavin Newsom. People are posting like thirst traps of Gavin Newsom to become like the Democratic primary for next election. And it's like, I don't know. I don't really take politics that seriously anymore, because it's been flanderized by themselves because they're trying to appeal to like Twitterati.
Why should anyone want to spend time debating you on these bigger platforms if all you're gonna do is bring fucking tarnishing their reputation, right? It's like, if you're serious about this, you should make this sacrifice. And if you can't, then I don't think you really care about the political positions that you claim to care about.
My goal in this video is to
Yeah,
simply
I
lay
think
out
that's
all
true.
of his
Abba
actions
nailed it.
across the years that I consider harmful
Oh,
and allow
fuck.
you to come to your own conclusions.
Oh.
All right? Let's get into it. In this video, I hope to establish a pattern of how Destiny, over the course of his career, has repeatedly taken advantage of and harmed women and occasionally children, and how he has advocated for a world that makes it easier for people like him to harm women and children. We'll start by going through Destiny's harmful behavior towards women, then we'll take a detour to his harmful behavior towards children, and then we'll loop back around to his harmful
Yeah, so the
behavior
preamble
towards
was worth it. I swear to God, the preamble was worth it.
it's not going to be.
I didn't want to skip it. Nick Diorio.
Around the end
He's
of
watched the video, I
2011,
think, like
Destiny
3 times on the
sexually assaulted a
stream.
woman on his live stream. I'm not using the word allegedly here because we have video of him doing it, and he has openly admitted that it was sexual assault.
I would say that in my streaming career in the past, like totally publicly, like I completely and totally like sexually assaulted a girl on stream before for like fucking 5
What the
minutes or whatever. I was
fuck?
super fucking drunk and was like grabbing her fucking breast the entire time.
Later, Destiny has attempted to downplay his actions here by tweeting, "I was drunk off my ass literally for the first time in my life." And he said that at the time he didn't understand how bad it was, but now looking back years later, he understands that it was reprehensible behavior.
And at the time I figured like, oh, well, you know, we're gonna fuck anyway. Like it doesn't matter. Like she's chill or whatever. Like I'm drunk, it doesn't matter. Like at the time I'm thinking like, you know, oh, it's not a big deal. But like looking back, I'm like, okay, wait, this is like really, really, really reprehensible behavior.
But if you go back and watch the clip, immediately after assaulting her, he says, "Listen, I'm gonna apologize to you so much tomorrow."
Listen, I'm gonna apologize
Yeah,
to
say
you
sorry.
so much tomorrow.
Why would you need to apologize to her tomorrow, Destiny? Is it maybe because you understood that what you were doing was wrong? To me, this shows that even in his incredibly drunk state, he knew that what he was doing is wrong. And obviously, being drunk does not
Yeah,
absolve you of
okay,
your
I
actions.
get that. I was about to
Criminalize
defend Destiny a little
drunk
bit, but
driving.
I think he
You
nailed
come
it
here
actually.
to
But
defend
be like, well, he's drunk, and then it's like, no, he knows what the fuck he's doing is terrible and bad. Okay, no, that makes a fuck ton of sense. Yeah, okay. Jesus.
drunk drivers to me.
This is a common tactic.
Wait, what about drunk drivers? What am I doing? Where's YouTube?
You've come here to this stream to defend drunk drivers to me.
Oh,
Tactic with
okay,
Destiny,
okay.
Where he'll half take accountability for something, but half try to downplay it by saying, "Oh, I was so drunk at the time. Oh, I didn't understand how bad it was at the time." But I'm calling bullshit. You understood that what you were doing was bad, even back when you did it, because you were an adult, not a baby. According to this woman, Destiny has never directly apologized to her, even though she would like him to. She acknowledges that he has indirectly apologized on his stream, but my question is, did he apologize on his stream to save his reputation, or did he apologize because he was genuinely remorseful? I will allow you to answer that question for
Don't know.
yourself as we
Well,
go through
if he didn't directly apologize, I don't think there's any chance for it to be fucking genuinely remorseful. Or I don't know. He could be like totally embarrassed and like, no, it was a terrible situation. I totally regret it. I don't even want to like show my face to her. But then if he said that publicly, that would be different than like never talking about it ever.
Destiny's pattern of behavior from over the years. In 2012, Destiny shared private nudes of a woman he had been sexting named Blue Tea with his friends. Destiny will often claim that the reason for his actions are because he was provoked into doing them and he had no other choice.
I'm kind of being pushed into playing my entire hand.
But here, there was no provocation. He just thought it would be funny to share this woman's private nudes with his friends and joke about how fucking hideous her face is compared to her beautiful body. And he also insulted her because he thought she looked like Shrek.
He's a misogynist. Misogynist.
Shared a woman's private nudes without consent for the purpose of degrading her. In response, Blue T hacked Destiny's Twitter and tweeted out pictures of his dick. Obviously, I condemn this woman's actions. She posted revenge porn of Destiny, which is never justified. But don't forget that the situation that provoked this was Destiny maliciously sharing her nudes without her consent. On Reddit, Destiny
Oh,
replied
so
to her
it
by
was like
saying,
revenge on
"I can't imagine
revenge.
how you can think that
Okay.
people will never, ever talk
Is that
about
considered
anything
vengeance
personal or private
porn?
amongst their friends. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I can't see myself caring at all if you shared pictures between your close friends, especially given the fact that I'd never see any of them in real life." So, in this comment, Destiny is admitting that he did send the nudes without consent, and he's attempting to downplay his actions.
Whoa, wait, and what is that? What situation is that related to?
On Reddit, Destiny replied to her by saying, "I can't imagine how
Wait,
you
who?
can that she posted out pictures of him rating her." In response, Blue shared Bute's private nudes here doing them, and he had no other option. He just thought it would be funny to share this woman's private nudes with his friends.
My God, so that's literally like
Ever talk about
that's
anything
literally what he did
private
with fucking
amongst their
Pixie.
close friends.
Jesus
Destiny.
Christ.
A couple years later, when one of Destiny's friends named Bob7 allegedly shared a woman's nudes without her consent, Destiny said that this should be life-destroying.
Bob7 shared nude photographs of multiple women after pressuring one to post one without their consent, but I do believe that these are relatively life-destroying revelations.
But when Destiny does it, he justifies it by saying that he wouldn't care if someone did it to him. This is known as the personal preference fallacy, arguing that something isn't wrong simply because you wouldn't care if it was personally done to you. Even if Destiny wouldn't care if someone shared his nudes, which I doubt, that doesn't make it okay for him to do it to someone else. And a couple years later, Destiny demonstrates that he knows that sharing nudes is wrong by laughing at this clip of someone explaining how it's wrong.
The guy sent the nudes to like his buddy, and the buddy sent it to the other buddy, and it just like the whole school had her nudes.
Wow.
Right?
That's cray.
That in and of itself is another example of like violating consent. Like, even though, you know, for so long we were trained to be like, oh, consent has to do with.
Wait, why is he laughing at that?
Did you guys know that if a bitch breaks up with you and you send her nudes to everybody, even that's wrong, guys?
Him laughing like this is him sarcastically showing that he obviously understands it's wrong. So I think even back when Destiny did this, he understood that it was wrong. He's just pretending like he didn't understand.
I mean, that just seems weird to laugh at. I mean, I guess I'd have to watch the whole video. I don't think that clip was super good.
The bitch breaks up with
like, you know, like
Let me re-listen to that.
that other buddy
demonstrates it's wrong.
The guy sent the nudes to like his buddy, and the buddy sent it to the other buddy, and it just like the whole school had her nudes.
Wow.
Right?
That's cray.
That in and of itself is another example of like violating consent. Like, even though, you know, for so long we were trained to be like, oh, consent has to do with like, you know, like sex.
Oh, I mean, like, if you're talking about teenage boys and you're like, that's what the story is about, it's like, I don't know, maybe that's not terrible? It's probably not. Oh, God damn it. Maybe that's not like a terrible thing to talk about or say or whatever. It's probably like, you know, it's super obvious to somebody above the age of 20, but if you're talking about like 14, 15-year-olds, I don't know. Maybe that is like reasonable to say.
Did you guys know that if a bitch breaks up with you and you send her nudes to everybody, even that's wrong, guys?
Him laughing like this is him sarcastically showing that he obviously understands it's wrong. So I think even back when Destiny did this, he understood that it was wrong. He's just pretending like he didn't understand that it was wrong to avoid taking accountability for his actions. Destiny has a long history of really not liking when women post about their negative sexual experiences online. Real talk, opening up about quote-unquote your rape and shit on Twitter is incredibly fucking weird and should never have been normalized. I have no idea why the fuck people encourage others to trauma dump on social media. It's insanely unhealthy. This was in response to a woman sharing an allegation.
I mean, that's not okay. That actually isn't entirely untrue. I do feel like people give out way too much information and do trauma dump online. But like, I think that's also going way too far, his response to that.
She was stealthed. She was allegedly having sex with the man. She had established the boundary beforehand that he needed to wear a condom during sex, but in the middle of sex, he removed the condom, which is a form of rape. I agree with Destiny that
Oh, yeah, that
sometimes
is.
trauma dumping on social media can be unhealthy, but sharing allegations on social media obviously has the possible benefit of holding people accountable for their actions. And
Yeah,
putting the words,
totally.
"your rape" in quotation marks obviously implies that he's casting some level of doubt onto her story. It's one
Yeah,
thing
that's
to
pretty bad, actually. That is pretty bad. There was like 1% of that is like true, and then like the 99% is like, dude, this is awful. What the fuck are you saying?
to see evidence before you fully believe someone's story that they post on social media. It's another thing to instantly cast doubt on their story just because you're annoyed that they decided to post about it on social media. This controversy started because Destiny had
That's true.
retweeted someone who tweeted, "If you knew he took off the condom and you couldn't even bring yourself to say anything, you shouldn't be having casual sex." A bunch of people got mad at Destiny for retweeting this, so then he tweeted, "If you are noticing someone is taking a condom off and you can't say anything, you probably don't have the emotional maturity to engage in sex. You should probably just grab a caretaker or something and stick to masturbating to furry porn. Sorry." People got even more mad at this tweet, so then he tweeted, "Sorry, I want to apologize for my last tweet. You should treat every single woman you come across like a child who's incapable
Oh my
of voicing
God.
an opinion about literally anything. Ideally, you would bring her dad along to every fuck so he can guide her through the process." First of all, she did clearly assert her boundaries.
No, you know what's crazy? There was an allegation made against somebody else later on that was like very similar to this that Destiny fucking signal boosted. I think it was Noah Sampson, where there was an allegation that Noah Sampson stealthed a girl. I want to say it was him. I don't know if it was even true. Okay, I have no idea. That's not the point. And he fucking signal boosted the shit out of it because he just hated Noah Sampson, but that's also not something he agrees with. This is the thing that I'm saying. You cannot trust fucking Destiny on anything. He doesn't believe what he fucking says.
Boundaries before sex, she just struggled to reassert her boundaries when this man started raping her because this made her so uncomfortable. I agree that if you struggle to reassert your boundaries during sex, this could make it more likely that you would end up being harmed during sex, and we should obviously encourage people to assert their boundaries during sex as much as they possibly can, but rather than show empathy for women who struggle to tell men to stop because they're so terrified while they're being raped, Destiny decides to insult these women's emotional maturity and call them retarded children. According to a neuroscience article in the journal
that's
Nature
pretty
Human
bad.
Behavior, victims frequently report immobility during rape and sexual assault, often using the term freezing. Neuroscientific
I do think I don't know. This is definitely something that's more complex. I do not have the life experience, and hopefully we'll never have the this type of life experience to speak authoritatively on. My personal opinion is that like I do agree it's sexual assault, rape. Yeah, that's true. I think it's probably in a very different emotional ballpark to stuff that is like more commonly talked about. Because typically stealthing, there is already the agreement to engage in sexual relations. And there's not that much fear. And the point of stealthing, is that you're violating a specific boundary that you are like preset, agreed upon. But that isn't everything else, but it is like a prerequisite to that. So I don't know. I probably can't explain it well because I don't really understand it. Hopefully never will, honestly. It's like explaining bankruptcy. I can't explain bankruptcy. I don't ever want to be in the position that I'm able to explain bankruptcy.
Suggests fear and threat can
Oh,
block
fuck.
cortical neural circuits for action control, leading to involuntary immobility.
Goodbye.
And this sort of immobility can manifest as physical immobility or verbal immobility. A 2017 Scandinavian study reported that 70% of the 298 women who had visited an emergency clinic within a month of experiencing sexual violence had experienced significant tonic immobility or paralysis when it happened. So when women struggle to reassert their boundaries while they're being raped, this isn't because they're children with no emotional maturity. There are actual neurological reasons for this behavior. When the streamer Hans of Harkir brings up the fact that these women could be having a freeze response when they experience stealthing, Destiny disregards this
I mean,
and says that a victim
yeah.
couldn't possibly have a freeze response just from seeing a man take his condom off.
Freeze up is some shit where you're like in a fucking traumatic situation and somebody's doing some crazy shit. Not like you look down and you see that some asshole is trying to slip a condom off. Like, oh, I'm frozen out. I can't fucking think. I don't take the condom off. I'm fucking completely frozen. Bro, what the fuck kind of 14-year-olds are you fucking? No. Are you serious?
But according to a 2010 study titled Facing Freeze, Social Threat-Induced Bodily Freeze in Humans, even negative social interactions can trigger a psychological freeze response in some people. The more fear someone is experiencing, the more likely they are to have a freeze response, but even a moderate amount of fear can still induce a psychological freeze response. And
All right,
seeing
yeah.
someone
No, that's
non-consensually
reasonable.
removing their condom during sex after you've established that they need to wear a condom absolutely could cause enough fear to induce a freeze response. The way that Destiny chooses to mock these women who claim that they do have a freeze response while being stealthed is just really fucking gross. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, I'm frozen out. I can't fucking think. I don't take the condom off. I'm fucking completely frozen.
I think this is from the person who is the retarded child. They said, I've actually saying no, just made him rape me harder. I noticed what happened after he pulled out. This is not incomprehensible that I would just walk away from that situation.
It sounds like she needs to stop having casual sex.
To be clear, I don't think that Destiny is saying it's okay to stealth people, but I do think he is choosing to mock women for something that is outside of their control. Obviously, women do have some level of control over reasserting their boundaries during sex, and we should always encourage people to assert their boundaries as much as possible. But if someone is struggling to reassert their boundaries because of a freeze response when someone is raping them, maybe we shouldn't call them retarded children. After this controversy, the absolutely brilliant trans activist known as Keffels decided to make a false allegation against Destiny. She claimed that Destiny himself had stealthed a woman.
Oh yeah, meanwhile he's
Oh, I remember this allegation. I didn't know it came from Keffels.
As far as we know, this is totally untrue. Destiny himself has not stealthed a woman. He was just a massive asshole to a woman who was stealthed. To give Keffels credit, she did acknowledge soon after this that she was wrong and Destiny actually didn't stealth anyone.
Wait, I don't know if he did it. Wait, backing up.
Whoa.
I don't actually know if he did it.
But Keffels, maybe consider trying to be really sure before you make these types of allegations against people. Destiny is correct that spreading false allegations like this absolutely does undermine the cause of the left. Making this false allegation against Destiny allowed him to shift his focus onto your false allegation instead of focusing on the fact that he was a massive asshole to this woman who was stealthed. Unfortunately, many of the people who have tried to take down Destiny over the years haven't been the sharpest tools in the shed. Speaking of tools in the shed, let's talk about the time that Destiny tweeted that he hopes a woman is raped to death with a
Whoa, what? Whoa! What the fuck did he tweet that out?
15, the porn star Stoya tweeted allegations that the male porn star James Dean had raped her. This tweet really upset Destiny because, as we've established, he really does not like it when women talk about their negative sexual experiences online. Jesus, why not file a fucking police report instead of tweeting this? You're fucking disgusting. What a fucking idiot at Stoya. Stephen Bennell, why don't you write us a long list of everything you feel a survivor of rape should do? Then I'll use it to wipe my ass. Survivor of rape. It's rape, not murder, not beheading, not a fatal car crash. Everyone survives rape. Get over yourself. Survivor of rape here. Hello. Want to talk about how hard it is to go on every day? Kill yourself so you don't have to.
Jesus Christ.
Survivors should just get over it because at least they didn't die. And if they're dealing with a lot of pain or trauma because of their rape, they should just kill themselves because if they kill themselves, the pain will stop. Very cool, Steven. I have no idea why anyone has ever accused you of being a rape apologist. This should go without saying, but obviously it's good for
Holy
survivors
fuck,
to file
dude. Wait, so like after tweeting that, how does like literally anybody... Oh my god, I had no knowledge of this. I swear to god, I've seen this video and I had no knowledge of this. What the fuck? How do you like Destiny? I don't... That's like irredeemable. In my mind, that's genuine... That... Holy shit. What the fuck? That's fucking evil, dude. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy. Like, That's not even in like a joyful context. You can tell your fucking friends play Call of Duty to like, you know, KOS, whatever. Holy shit. That's the fucking worst ever.
Police reports to hold rapists accountable, but police reports don't always lead to rapists being held accountable for their actions, which is why sometimes it's good to post about it on social media.
Ugh.
At least Destiny will be happy that the woman he allegedly recorded while they were having sex without her knowledge did file a police report against Destiny. Good job, Cherry. You have done things in the Destiny-approved way. Right after this, Destiny got into an argument with another woman about how James Dean didn't respect Stoya's safe word. As Stephen Bennell, ignoring a safe word and not stopping when someone asks is ignoring consent and is rape. Go fuck yourself. Kill yourself, you fucking cunt. I hope you get raped with a fucking shovel until you
30-year-old trying to act 13. Yeah, kinda. Oh god, this tweet. This is the one that he was talking about. With the fucking shovel until you bleed and die. Holy. Oh my god, dude. This is evil. This is like I don't know. I feel like a lot of trolls don't even go this far. Some of them do for sure, but like imagine having like a massive multi-million audience plus being a millionaire and tweeting this shit out. That's insane.
Your fucking vag and die. Holy. This right here is probably the most violent, vitriolic language that I have ever seen Destiny use in his entire career on the internet. And it just so happens to be in response
pretty
to
bad.
women talking about their negative sexual experiences.
The hell even if it, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, I don't think a 13-year-old would say that to like. I think that, isn't there like literally a South Park episode about that? I don't know.
Because he just cares so much about these women and he doesn't want them to harm their own mental health because trauma dumping on the internet can be really damaging for them. Or is it maybe because a culture where women feel comfortable coming forth with allegations on the internet can lead to women like Pixie and Cherry and Melina coming forth with allegations against people like Destiny, exposing them for being massive pieces of shit? I will again allow you to answer that question for yourself. We'll get back to Destiny treating women like shit a little.
I still can't believe that he tweeted that out. I wish I had known that. That is like, oh, hello. I feel like that's literally just like, I don't know, like how is Hassan? How is Ethan? How is anybody who doesn't like Destiny so like just doesn't have that in their back pocket? Because that seems so clear to me to be like one of the worst things fucking ever.
A little bit later on, but now let's pivot to Destiny harming children. For some strange reason, a lot of people like to label Destiny here a pedophile. So in the next section, we'll get to the bottom of whether or not Mr. Bonnell here.
It kind of does seem like Destiny is trying to put down rape victims to keep them from coming forward. Yeah. I mean, definitely not on like a general like basis, but for individuals, fuck yeah. You can't say that. You can't say kill yourself to end the pain. That is unbelievable.
Really is a certified EDP 445. Is Destiny really a pedo, or are these just false, slanderous allegations meant to try to dethrone the debate bro king? Let's find out. In 2012, when Destiny was 23...
Okay, before we get into the next section, I have to run and do something real quick. Over some... I don't... not big enough to not do chores while I'm fucking this. Yeah. You know, fucking Dan Saltman made a tweet or made the game. It's a game called Twitch or Terrorist, and it's whether a quote came from, excuse me, like an actual registered terrorist from history or modernity, or if it came from Hassan Piker. I think somebody should make something called like Douche or Destiny. Like, is this like a notorious douchebag or whatever? Or did it come from fucking Destiny? It'd just be like so crazy. Cause you'd have like Andrew Tate quotes, like plates get dates, or whatever fucking like bulky, big, masculine dude said something, and then you have Destiny.
He shared in a group chat with a couple of his friends the messages, "You want to see the sickest shit in the world? So many fangirls. I had one that was 15. She wanted to meet and hook up.
That's not a good. This is not good to start.
She's 15. What the fuck? But she sent me pictures that made it so hard to say no."
Whoa.
Then Destiny linked a picture of this girl in a bikini in the chat and said, "Girl on the left, so hard to say no. Gonna get arrested one of these MLGs, man." So in these logs, when Destiny was 23, he said that it was really hard to turn down hooking up with this 15-year-old because she looked so good in this picture of her in a bikini. He then shared this lewd image of a child with his friends and said that he's gonna get arrested someday. Well, like I said, a woman just filed a police report against Destiny, so we'll just have to wait and see if his prediction comes true. A couple years later, in 2015, when Destiny was 26, he shared in his chat, "I would fuck the shit out of that 15-year-old. What the fuck? There's no way that."
So it's not just like a recent thing. It's not just him being like 30 and wifeless that's turned this into a thing. It's literally just been like his personality since he's been like online. So if he's 26, this is post Nathan, I think, because he's 36 now.
So now we've seen two separate occasions where Destiny says that he's attracted to 15-year-olds. Ironically, this conversation where he's sharing a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini with his friends is the exact same conversation where he also shared that other woman's nudes without her consent. Sharing non-consensual nudes and sharing a picture of a child in a bikini in one conversation? What a certified Destiny moment. This is what we in the business call a Diddy-stiny party.
Diddy-stiny.
That Destiny fans will give when he says that he
I
wants
think
to
Hassan simplified that to Didstiny.
sex with children is that he's just joking. For example, these tweets where he says, "You were hot at 10? Any pics? Check DMs. Jesus, I've never wanted to bend someone over the hood of their little tyke so bad." I do think these tweets are jokes, very strange jokes.
They are. I think the person in this was actually like 26, sent photos of them when they were like 26. They were like above age. It's just very odd jokes between them.
But I don't think that him saying he wanted to hook up with this 15-year-old was a joke. You know that classic prank where you send your friends pictures of kids in bikinis and say how hot you find them as a joke? And to help prove that this wasn't a joke, here are some clips of Destiny doubling down on his attraction to this 15-year-old in a debate with someone named Mr. Mediker.
Of course, of this chat log, I was talking with a bunch of other esports
I
guys.
love this
We were basically
clip.
talking about how crazy the fucking jailbait is in the gaming communities. It's ridiculous. I think I said something along the lines of like, there are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck that will like try to send you pictures to like fuck you at events and shit, and it's like you have to be really careful when you navigate that.
So what is the admitting to jerking off to 15-year-olds then? What is that in relation
I never
to?
admitted to jerking off. I think I just said like this. I think the log is something like this 15-year-old chick was trying to send me, or was sending me pictures of herself, and she was hot as fuck. It's like really hard to like turn down some of these people. I think.
Wait,
I said
how old was she?
She said she was 15.
So you did get pictures from a 15-year-old?
Not nudes though. Sorry, I should specify. I think a couple pics of her like at the beach or some shit. But
in swimwear.
But yeah. Yeah,
so you're getting swimwear pics for 15-year-olds?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Jesus.
Shit is fuck. So in these clips,
Why is he admitting
some
that, dude? He's
15-year-olds are
fucking
hot as fuck, and
deranged.
he admits to sharing a picture of this 15-year-old in a bikini to his friends. So is Destiny a pedophile? Well, he admitted that he finds some 15-year-olds hot as fuck, and he sent his friends a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini because he found her so attractive. A lot of arguments with Destiny about pedophilia pedophilia end up getting wrapped up in semantic debates about labels instead of focusing on the facts of the matter. If you call Destiny a
That's so true, though. Actually, I mean, he's providing everything here, right? But it does feel like anytime there's a problem that Destiny has or is like trying to get away from, he turns it from like, oh, I have this like actual problem to, oh, I'm fucking debating you now. This isn't like, we're not talking about a real problem. We're talking about a debate issue. Like, what the fuck?
Being attracted to a 15-year-old, he'll launch into a tirade about how pedophilia is the attraction to prepubescent children and 15-year-olds are post-pubescent.
Whoa.
So therefore, by calling me a pedo, you have slandered me. So then you go,
True.
okay, I guess you're not a pedophile, you're an ephebophile, because ephebophilia is the attraction to teenagers aged 15 to 19. So then he'll go, no, ephebophilia is the primary attraction to mid to late adolescents. I'm mostly attracted to adults. I'm just a little bit attracted to children.
There are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck.
So therefore,
No, dude, there's so many evil quotes from this guy.
Also, there's nothing inherently wrong with ephebophilia because 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds fall under the category of ephebophilia, and there's nothing wrong with being attracted to adults, so your normative position condemning ephebophilia in its entirety is already a flawed premise. And even if I was a pedophile, there's nothing wrong with being attracted to children. It's only bad if you act on that attraction. So therefore, you have slandered me in countless ways, and my community will now harass you for years.
So
We
true.
now had an exhausting 20-minute debate about labels instead of focusing on the fact that Destiny admitted to being attracted to some children and admitted to acting on that attraction by sending a picture of a child in a bikini to his friends. This is the debate bro way. Crush your opponent through pedantic arguments about semantics so you never have to actually take accountability for your actions. As
That
far
does
as we
seem to be
know, I
true,
don't think
yeah.
Destiny falls under the clinical definition of pedophile, but the colloquial definition of pedophile is someone who is attracted to children, and Destiny is at least somewhat attracted to children.
Absolutely, that definitely seems to be the case.
Look pretty fucking hot. Like I can't help that. Like some people mature fucking older.
Destiny defended another streamer who got exposed for having sex with a 14-year-old by saying, even if he did bang a 14-year-old, no, that's not what pedophile means. Go look it up.
I wonder if he's gonna play the clip. There's a clip of Destiny saying some shit like, I'm fucking 30 far. Or 30 something, whatever. I'm fucking 28, okay? And dating a 20-year-old, that's like pedophilia because they're like so underdeveloped. That's something he like actually said, and that's so deranged.
You don't understand the difference between being attracted to someone that happens to be young and being attracted to someone because they are young. You have absolutely no business whatsoever commenting on the issue, period. It makes you look uneducated. I really want to see someone use this argument in court. Your Honor, I didn't have sex with that baby because I'm attracted to babies. I had sex with that baby because it just so happened to be a really hot baby. Most babies are not hot, but every once in a while, one of those extra special babies rolls their stroller on past my goon cave, and I just can't help myself. But this does not make me a pedophile. You look really uneducated right now. You know what?
This is
Destiny?
just funny.
You can feel free to have your pedantic definition of pedophile that only applies to being specific.
I mean, it's so fucking true. He is just nailing the fuck out of this.
Attracted to prepubescent children because of the fact that they are prepubescent, and I can say that I think you are a freak for saying as a 26-year-old that some 15-year-olds are hot as fuck, and for as a 23-year-old sharing around a picture of a 15-year-old in a bikini. Deal? The next child-related Destiny incident is when him and his friends, the Bro Squad, watched an 8-year-old boy shake his penis for them on a live stream.
I shouldn't tell this because I'm gonna get fucking arrested. Or Child Protective Services. I used to be part of this horrible thing called the Bro Squad, okay? Fucking me, if you remember that fucking Cheeks bitch, and fucking a couple other people that have never been on my stream
This is
before.
important. If you are not tuned in, tune into this Destiny bit.
We're part of the Bro Squad, and what we would do is we would go around Justin TV streams, trolling the shit out of these people. And we went around from fucking channel to channel, like fucking around. Like it was just horrible shit. We went to this channel with this fucking like, this kid was like 8 years old, and he was fucking broing out with everybody in this chat. For whatever fucking reason, This kid decides to fucking take his pants off and fucking wiggle his 8-year-old dick on screen. I can't even believe it. Oh my fucking god. It was like, I didn't even know, like, we were on Skype, we were like, holy shit. Like, we had to do like a double take because we didn't even fucking know, like, what the fuck was on. Like, we were looking at like an 8-year-old dick, like, on the fucking screen. And his fucking brother, we called him Captain Push-Ups, would like come in the room. And this guy was like fucking 14 years old. He had his shirt off and he was like,
So by the way, this implies that he has had multiple conversations with this 18-year-old. Or 8-year-old,
watching this
not
stream the
18.
entire time and shit. Oh my god.
As far as what Destiny says in this clip, they didn't ask the child to pull his pants down, but I still think it's very bad that him and his bro squad didn't immediately click off of this live stream the second that this child exposed himself. If a child exposes themselves to you, I think you have a moral responsibility to immediately click away from that shit. But I guess Destiny and his bro squad thought it was really funny to sit and laugh while staring at an 8-year-old's
weird.
penis. Next, a couple years later, Destiny planned to kill a kid. Apparently,
That's
this
true.
kid was DDoSing Destiny's website. DDoSing is when you overwhelm a website with fake internet traffic, causing it to shut down. And because Destiny's website was shut down, he was no longer able to make money from it.
Oh, I did troll the shit out of the DDoS kid. That's a guy, that's one of the people, like, legitimately, like, I was so, you have no, like, it's actually kind of scary, like, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have just been him and his father. Because I didn't know anything about it. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it. But I was making so much money on Twitch, and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason, I decided that the current life I had wasn't worth the risk of. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so close to this fucking address. I had fucking streets mapped out and fucking you have no fucking idea. That's when I first started getting interest in like owning a weapon. I got a permit to own a gun and everything.
Destiny obviously never went through with killing this kid, but the fact that he legitimately planned to kill him is unhinged.
Were you really considering it? Yeah, of course.
It's actually kind of scary, like how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family.
How old was the kid in relation to you? I think the kid was probably 16. I think I was 22.
Destiny has...
So... God damn, he was just thinking about killing a guy because he was getting his job interrupted for a little while. And he was just so bad at, like, security that he couldn't fucking deal with it.
Defended this to this day, saying that if someone is stopping you from making money, this justifies killing them, even if they're a child.
If you came outside every single day and some guy was slashing your tires and he wouldn't stop and you called the police and nobody wanted to do anything, just without having proof for it, you're like, well, I'm gonna have to attack this dude and maybe even kill him. Yeah, sure, go for it.
Obviously, I agree that someone maliciously taking away your primary source of income is incredibly bad, but I think there are a lot of other possible avenues you could explore before jumping to the nuclear option of shooting a child.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure that this was one of the big issues, is that there wasn't... He didn't go through any other avenue.
As much as it obviously sucks to lose your income, I think if you need to choose between killing a child in cold blood and losing your Twitch revenue, you're just gonna need to put the fries in the bag and get a new job. The next child-related Destiny incident is when he encouraged an infamous lolly or drawn CP artist to draw a picture of his 6-year-old child.
This is so fucking funny. Oh my god, it's Shadman? Shadman's in this? Oh no. He's fucking everywhere, dude. God damn. So not only that, Destiny's been lately hosting Orbiter. His Orbiters have like completely switched around, by the way. I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, these exact same like Orbiters, quote unquote, were only halfway through the video. God damn it. The Orbiters have completely switched. And I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, these Orbiters fucking hated Destiny. Or at the very least, were not, like, on his side in, like, anything. But the 2 that I know of now... Besides Dan Saltman, and I think that's questionable. The 2 that I know of now, that even after... the Rose's Coming stuff is pet shops, food shops. I don't know, they're so small, but Destiny's been rating them a lot, so they've been growing a lot. And pet shops is a lolicon. That's what brought this on. And counterpoints. And that guy was never like a fan of Destiny, but something changed recently, and now he's like a mega fan. Or not a mega fan, but he's definitely like less antagonistic than he used to be. And he is defending food shops. And it's so strange. Dickers covered it in, I think, a stream or two ago. I don't know if Dickers makes videos, but he should make one. That was insane.
Artist is a man named Shadman. You might recognize Shadman from the recent controversy with Ava Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast, who
Yo, Mr. Beast
was a really big fan of Shadman's work. Shadman has a long history of drawing pornographic images of actual children, including Keemstar's daughter. And because Destiny was aware of this, he encouraged Shadman to draw a pornographic image of his 6-year-old son. This controversy started because Destiny had been insulting the YouTube animation community. In response, Shadman made this drawing of
I am now a paraplegic after this drawing. Help me, wise sage, Omni Destiny.
To make fun of him. So Destiny then responded to Shadman by tweeting, "Hey at Shadbase, if drawing fan art of me is a tad uncomfortable, you could try drawing my son. He's only 6, so it should be easier
Oh, Jesus.
To try to be good faith to Destiny, this tweet was obviously a joke, and he didn't actually want Shadman to draw a picture of his son. However, I still think that goading a known CP artist into drawing CP of your own son is incredibly irresponsible. Because imagine if Shadman took him up on his request and did go ahead and make the drawing in the same way he had drawn Keemstar's daughter. Then Destiny's son would have had to deal with the fact that there would be drawn CP of him floating around the
I think Nathan is very lucky. Nathan is kind of crazy now because he's become like ultra right wing. He's like a Nazi right now. But he's very lucky that this did not end up the way that fucking Destiny tried to goad it into happening.
internet for the rest of his life. If there was a known child murderer and you decided to tweet at that child murderer, "Hey, how about you come murder my child, LOL?" I think we would all agree that that would be incredibly irresponsible, even if that was just a joke. In the same way, I think it's incredibly irresponsible to encourage a known CP artist to draw CP of your child, even if it's just a joke. Thankfully, Shadman did not end up drawing Destiny's child like he had drawn Keemstar's child, and Destiny got to have fun making his little joke.
Yeah, Cat?
Great comeback.
Well,
even though this joke could have come at the expense of his 6-year-old son's safety. Even though a lot of these situations involving children happened quite a while ago, I still think Destiny has been spreading harmful rhetoric around children even quite recently.
I think that's pretty true.
A couple years ago, Destiny said that a 30-year-old randomly sexting a 14-year-old would not be grooming.
Let's say there's a person that's like 30 years old and tries to like randomly sext like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds. That wouldn't be, I don't think that would be considered grooming.
So that clip sounds pretty bad, right? But we don't want to approach Destiny in bad faith or take him out of context, so let's try to understand the actual argument that Destiny is making.
That wouldn't be, I don't think that would be considered grooming. Now, let's say there's a person that's 30 years old and they're specifically seeking out like 14, 15-year-olds to kind of just like talk to them about their school life, figure out what their problems are, you know, be cool because you're old and you have experience, and then you kind of weasel in like sex. That's like grooming, right? That would.
Dude, that's literally what Destiny did. That's literally what Destiny did with fucking Rose. If you count college as school, and I kind of do, especially like at that much of an age gap. But yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like grooming.
So Destiny's argument is that a 30-year-old randomly sexting a 14-year-old isn't grooming, but if a 30-year-old tries to weasel their way into a 14-year-old's life and slowly manipulate them into sexting them, this would be grooming. But this argument goes against the definition of grooming. The definition of grooming is the action of attempting to form a relationship with a child or young person with the intention of sex assaulting them or inducing them to commit an illegal act. Guess what, Destiny? Nowhere in that definition does it say that grooming has to be a slow process. Grooming is just forming a relationship with a child for the purpose of sex. A lot of times grooming is a slow process because they have to slowly break down the child's boundaries in order to get them to have a sexual relationship with them. But sometimes grooming
This
can
is a bit
happen
in the
very
weeds
quickly.
for me,
example,
but I
in
don't
situations where
disagree.
the
That's
child
true.
already has some established level of trust with the person who is grooming them.
I think this is just one of those things where Destiny's trying to speak authoritatively on something he doesn't actually know the definition of.
He is talking about influencers who sext their underage fans and saying that these influencers sexting their fans wouldn't necessarily be grooming because grooming is a slow process. The reason that influencers are often able to groom their fans so quickly is because their fans already have an established parasocial relationship with the influencer. If a teacher wants to groom a student, this usually happens more slowly because the teacher doesn't have a pre-established relationship with the student. But because influencers already have a parasocial relationship with their fans, grooming can occur much more quickly. Maybe Destiny's argument is that the very first time you sext a 14-year-old, this wouldn't be grooming yet because you haven't established a relationship with them yet. But this is still a stupid argument because in this context, randomly sexting a 14-year-old for the first time would be the first step in attempting to groom them. You're acting like everyone else is so stupid for not understanding grooming while you don't understand grooming.
Yep.
Destiny would claim that he just cares about definitional specificity, but the specific definitions you're promoting aren't even accurate.
I think I called it a bit too early.
Destiny is making this argument because he wants to groom children, but when you combine him saying that some 15-year-olds are hot as fuck with him sharing around pictures of 15-year-olds in bikinis, with him saying that 30-year-olds sexting 14-year-olds isn't necessarily grooming, it starts to paint a
Yeah, no, that does seem like he's like trying to justify his actions or like reduce the severity of them. Okay, I'm getting where he's going with this. Yeah, maybe. I wonder about Rose though. Was Rose like previously a Destiny fan? Did she already have that kind of relationship where she's like a parasocial fan to him? Or was that much more like instant and she was just like insanely weird for a 17-and-a-half-year-old? Which that also definitely seems like it could have been the case.
picture. Destiny also got really mad that people were labeling Drake a pedophile. He even had a debate about why it's totally fine for Millie Bobby Brown and
Wait,
14
what?
to be texting Drake about relationship advice.
When you say he's texting her and he wants to give her dating advice, what if she's the one that brought it up first? Should he say something like, "I'm sorry, but it's inappropriate for me to talk to you about high school boys"?
Yes.
Or what, like, what?
Yeah. You do it all the time. When some young person comes up to you and starts saying some weird stuff, you just sit there with this 13-year-old and then you start having conversations extended about them about dating.
Yeah, I have before. What do you mean? No, would I tell if a young person came up to me and they were asking me questions about some like boy problems or some shit? Yeah, I'd probably say, yeah, of course. What do you mean? I'm a 35-year-old man. Of course, I'm gonna have better advice for them than some fucking random high school person.
Whoa.
If a 15-year-old girl came up to me and she's like,
This dude, this is so much worse. And almost every single thing, every event that Destiny has that's like negative, you just look back at everything else and it gets like 2 times worse, and that keeps stacking. It's exponential. It's fucking logarithmic. It gets worse every single fucking time.
A 15-year-old boy, or ask your fucking mom and dad who are gonna tell you to never talk to any boys ever? No, what the fuck?
Hold up. Do you think you should be talking to them about sex?
It depends on the context. I don't give a f. What do you mean? If a 15-year-old asks me and she's like, I think I'm gonna f this guy at school unprotected, yeah, I'd probably say, bro, you're 15. Don't destroy your fucking life. Make sure you guys are using protection. What the fuck? Why would I not say this?
Okay, and do you think that most parents finding out that you're talking to their kids about sex and giving them advice, do you think they would take it well?
I don't know. I don't give a f. They should be talking to their own kids about it.
So apparently Destiny has given children relationship advice in the past. Destiny is famously really great at relationships, so I'm sure these children really appreciated his sage words of wisdom.
But if there's one thing that nobody would ever say about Destiny, is that he makes good personal life dating decisions.
Destiny also says that he thinks he would give better relationship advice than a child's parents, and that he would give a child sex advice even if this would upset the child's parents. Who cares if parents don't want you to talk to their kids about sex? Destiny understands your kids better than you do. Destiny, you're a rule utilitarian, right? You believe that we should establish moral rules based on what generally leads to the least amount of harm. But you don't think that it would be good to establish a general rule that it's not safe for 31-year-olds like Drake to be texting 14-year-olds like Millie Bobby Brown about their relationships? Of course, there can be hypothetical situations where this isn't harmful and the adult actually does have good intentions, but in general, I don't think it's safe.
Yeah, especially not for Destiny, because Destiny does. I mean, I think Ryan Beard's getting at that anyway. But especially not Destiny, because Destiny does have so many fucking, like, crazy fucking clips where he is, like, you know, sending pictures of a 15-year-old around and fucking saying, oh, this one's really hot, and he's like, oh, guys, look at this 8-year-old swing a stick around. That's so fucking funny, dude. It's like, yeah, I don't think you can trust that. I think Destiny might be weird. He's too weird for that to be a trusted statement at all, and not have like some kind of crazy ulterior motive.
And I think it is totally
I don't know.
reasonable to side-eye Drake for having these sorts of conversations with Millie Bobby Brown, especially because he kissed a child on stage.
Whoa. I don't know anything about Drake. I have no knowledge.
Now,
My
is
throat.
Drake
Fuck.
a pedophile? Well, like I said, he kissed a child on stage, but Destiny would probably explain that this child was post-pubescent, not prepubescent, and kissing one child doesn't prove that he has a primary attraction to children, so therefore, we don't have enough evidence to label
I feel like he's also nailing these jokes where they're like, they're within the same realm, but they're not getting overly repetitive.
Drake a pedophile. Oh god, can you see how exhausting this is? Some people actually enjoy to listen to this shit day in and day out on Destiny's stream. Maybe Destiny just really wants to show Drake good faith because Drake has dropped so many bangers over the years. Or maybe he's defending Drake because he sees himself in Drake because of his own personal relationships with young people. Enter Rose is Coming. Destiny's 19-year-old e-girl Discord kitten. A couple years ago, Destiny was simultaneously married to a woman named Melina while having an affair on Melina with a white nationalist woman named Lauren Southern and sexting this 19-year-old.
I think Destiny was like, I'm going to sue him for this part, wasn't he? And then it turns out that it turned out to be like totally fucking true.
E-girl named Rose is Coming on the side. Destiny was in an open marriage with Melina, but he still managed to have an affair with Melina because he didn't tell her about his relationship with Lauren Southern. And he also violated his wife's consent by sending her sex tapes to this 19-year-old e-girl without asking her.
Nothing has happened with consent.
I guess having an open relationship just wasn't enough for Destiny. Even though he was already free to sleep with other people, he still had to figure out some way to fuck over his wife. Anyway, while Destiny was sexting this 19-year-old, he asked her if she wanted to do age play, which is where you role play as being even younger. She was already 15 years younger than him, but you know, why not add on another 5 or 10 years for good measure? According to Destiny himself, he views sexting 19-year-olds as the same as sexting 15-year-olds.
When you're 19, you're a little kid, okay? Now, if you're 22, a 19-year-old's not a kid to you, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the fucking same, dude.
Well, the thing, he doesn't care about the 15-year-old, so
Bullshit. I have about as much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old fucking freshman in school as I would a fucking sophomore in high school. Any type of inclination towards any of those people is really fucking weird. If you live with your mom and dad still pay all of your bills, you're still a virgin, you've never been in a relationship, you don't go to school, you've never even had a job before, you've never lived on your own, you're a child. You're very much a child.
So Destiny views 19-year-olds as little kids.
You're a little kid.
And says that being attracted to them is really fucking weird.
Really fucking weird.
Yet here he is 5 years later at age 34, sexting this 19-year-old, asking her if she wants to do age play with him.
Oh boy, Ryan Beard, if only you knew then what's come out now.
It doesn't even matter what my opinion is of this. In Destiny's own words, he thinks this is really fucking weird.
Really fucking weird.
So, Is Destiny a pedophile? I don't really give a fuck what you label him. I choose to label him a freak. Only freaks engage in the type of degenerate behavior that Destiny has engaged in. I don't give a fuck about semantic debates about the technical clinical definition of pedophilia. If you send pictures of a 15-year-old in a bikini to your friends and talk
Oh,
about how
goddammit.
hot they are, you are a freak.
Okay, so we got to the point that I really wanted to cover. It is getting a bit late. What time is it? It's a little after midnight. And the wrong stream. Harming women. This part is apparently the most replayed. We still have half an hour left. Jesus. Oh, okay. Well, I think with all of that, I'm gonna save and exit. Yes. A turbo overkill. I think had my fill. Yeah, so we know he's terrible with women, terrible with kids, whatever. I want to see what Ryan Beard has said. Can I get to his Twitter from here? Oh, it doesn't exist. Okay. Maybe he got harassed off of fucking Twitter again? I'm surprised that there hasn't been anything more out of this. Six months. Can we sort by newest? 5 hours ago. 6 months later. What an absolute mic drop at the end. The reason why Destiny is obsessed with sex, because he knows if his streaming career didn't take off, he'd be stuck at the dead-end carpet cleaning job. Yeah, that's probably true. It's not... These just aren't related. Destiny defenders citing a genocide and to cape for a pedophilic rapist who's buddy-buddy with white supremacists. No idea what that person's talking about, honestly. Anyone who says that blocking their ability to earn an excessively high income on Twitch deserves to die is not a liberal-minded person. Especially when it's blocking the ability to earn passive income when you're financially well off. He has the means to weather the storm. He was probably freaking out, but yeah, that's still pretty bad. He could have a lawyer send a cease and desist and probably scare them into stopping as well. I don't think he was that big at the time, though. I'm gonna see if Ryan Beard has like has an up-to-date Twitter link. Posts. Nothing recent. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the stream for a second while I try to find Ryan Beard. Because I feel like I should be able to find it. Oh, no, it is this guy. Okay, I was trying not to just, like, post about a random guy. This does seem to be the same person. It's just that the Twitter on his, YouTube is broken. Replies. I'm gonna give him a follow. Destiny's targeting... Oh, come on, Twitter. Snark narratives is a meaningless phrase. Not everything is posted on Snark subreddits is false, even though I dislike them in general. Destiny and Dan Saltman also operate a very Snark-like community. They have no moral high ground. Yeah, honestly, this is probably one of the things I don't like about Ryan Beard is he's a bit too much into the ideology of it. On Twitter, it looks like. But that doesn't take away from the video. It's a fucking great video. Oh yeah, that was really funny. There's this guy who got deranged called Brad Taste in Music. I didn't cover him. Because, again, I just had nothing to add. He went fucking crazy. He smoked bad weed, according to him, and it destroyed his brain. And he went on Destiny's stream to try to rehabilitate his image or try to move into drama or something. And then it came out that he started screaming at his wife for no reason at all. And Destiny just took his side for, again, seemingly no reason at all. And then Destiny's career is now blown up. So Brad Taze probably feels even more like shit now. Oh god. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I do wonder what's gonna happen. Okay, so let's just get Destiny on stream. I want to read out some confirmations that I've got. Of some of the information, just to clarify that it's more real. But I don't want to show it here. Wait a minute. Let me just drag this shit over. This is from Kiwi Farms, but I do not want to show Kiwi Farms on screen. So apparently in April and earlier, or sorry, not April and earlier. Or maybe it was. Basically, the allegations that Rose is underage has been around for, I think, at least a month now, and I think it was a suspicion that Kiwi Farms has had for maybe a year. And it was something very odd. And what created a lot of suspicion is that Destiny talked a lot of game on stream about finding the person who leaked the revenge photos, and that's the real target. Guys, we can't focus on me spreading the photos. We have to focus on the person who hacked the photos and leaked them to the public. And that was a big talking point for Destiny. But if you'll notice, it's been almost a year now, and nothing has come out about this guy. So apparently, and so apparently, the suspicion is that Destiny knows who that person is. It is allegedly Solo and Rose combined who leaked all of this information, which maybe. And Destiny is trying to protect them and their docs because he knows how bad it actually looks. He understands that he has CSAM. He just thinks, Destiny just thinks that 15 to 18 year olds are hot, as we've seen from the Ryan Beard video. And from marrying Melina and started dating Melina when she was 18 or 19. God damn, fucking Destiny's so fucking weird, dude. So I just think that that's super weird. So that's a lot of irrelevant information, actually. What's the next thing? Oh, yeah, here we go. Can I show this? Probably not. So we have Rose's initial tweet on Twitter. So her first tweet, and probably her only tweet at the time that Destiny actually messaged her, is new to NSFW Twitter, 18 years old, she, her, bi, always horny, looking to meet cool people, retweet, follow, get to know me. Very weird. But when you consider that she isn't actually 18 years old and she's selling nudes in DMs, it makes a lot more sense for her to be so like weird. And so Solo, I think, leaked this. I'm not sure who. Someone, and like I said, I don't know who to credit. Destiny posts, "You're hot AF, but 18. What the fuck? Also 1 day old account. So this is likely a time zone differencing thing because it would have been April 2nd or something. But yeah, this is 2 days after. And then in the subpoena, or not in the subpoena, in the court case, in early 2022, I was contacted on Discord by an individual who used the screen name Rose. Rose and I maintained an online friendship through 2023. No, 2022. And also on Twitter, not on Discord. And KF, the theorizing is that the reason that he mentions Twitter and not Discord is because if Discord got subpoenaed in the court case, a lot worse shit would have come out. However, I haven't read the court case. I don't know if he mentions Discord anywhere else. I thought it did get subpoenaed. So that shows how much I know. And where's the last one? Is this it? Oh, yeah. So there is Rose's, I guess, docs. Because, you know, that's what Kiwi Farms is. That's what they have. I don't know how to explain this. I mean, fucking WillyMac showed half of it, right? And he showed Kiwi Farm, so it's not like you couldn't get there by yourself and from like a much bigger channel. Basically, we know that from this docs that she was born in October of 2004. Destiny messaging her for nudes in April of 2022. We know that she isn't 18. And we know that they sent and received stuff together before her 18th birthday. And she probably sent stuff from prior to even her 17th birthday. They say, the KF says that everyone basically knew. There's a lot of shitting on Ethan in this thread, but Ethan also put out a video today talking about and then like thoroughly fucking destroying Destiny. So, oh god, I'm just yawning now. I should probably end soon. Well, I will be after this segment. So, yeah. I'm pretty certain that Destiny has pre-18-year-old CSAM on his computer. Or not on his computer, his fucking raid server or whatever the fuck. Yeah. What a disaster. I'm pretty sure a lot of the public profiles have been like completely taken down. There's like a huge issue with this, I think, but it is like court relevant in taking down like, I don't know. It's weird. It feels evil to put this person's actual information out into the world. And I don't think it should be out there, or it should be in like a reduced version. But all of it is in the support of like taking down a CSAM guy, right? So it's a very weird thing, but I don't like this like random, I guess they're not a teenager anymore, person stuff being up. As just bad. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it here. I think I need to watch more YouTubers so I can get like a better like adjustment of the borders to see what is okay to show and what's not. I think my personal boundary is like I'm not showing docs at all. I'm not showing fucking Kiwi Farms. Partly because of that, partly because I don't want to show like a racial slur on stream. As funny as it would be, I'm not doing that. But I think Dan might have known. I'm iffy on Dan knowing. I'm not sure about Erudite. I doubt she would have known. Because she has a husband. I don't think she's into any of the Destiny sex stuff. Dan might be. Again, I'm not totally certain either. Oh, and there's a clip of Destiny here.
Destiny dumped all their logs. Just tipped $1.
Look at all my
Imagine how disappointed Lauren Southern felt after finding out Destiny dumped all their logs to a literal 19-year-old. He's just started sexting.
Actually, we've been sexting for months. Thank you.
So implying that longer than 19. Yeah, fucking crazy. It's insane. I need to get better at fucking videos, but I'm also like, I'm hitting the wall right now. I'm fucking tired. And yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I hope this was entertaining. I hope you got informed. I hope if you like Destiny, you don't anymore. And I hope if you didn't like Destiny, you can better explain why you don't. And I hope I added at least something funny or more informative, or you got revealed something you didn't know about. Sorry if I didn't. I'm gonna call it here because I'm just yawning. I'm rambling. And yeah, good night, everybody. See you probably Tuesday. I don't know what about yet, but I imagine there's going to be a big Destiny response section. So we'll see. All right, bye-bye.